1 year into the training journey, this might have been a mistake, muttered Jiraiya as he glared at the small, four-tailed version of the Kyuubi standing before him. The seal had been adjusted, so Naruto could tap deeper into the beast's chakra. At first things seemed stable, but once the fourth tail appeared, everything spiraled out of control. The corrosive cloak was shredding Naruto's body faster than it could mend him. "Come on, kid. You've got to wrestle your body back under control," shouted Jiraiya. The fox's form suddenly clawed at its own head, bellowing as Naruto inside began pushing back for dominance. "That's it, Naruto. Remember, it's your body, your strength." Inside the seal control, Naruto whispered, his frame drenched in demonic chakra as the Kyuubi's enormous claw hovered over him. Slowly, his eyes shifted, red giving way to piercing blue as he glared at the beast. "This is mine. My body, my strength. I'm the one in charge here," he roared, thrusting his hands into the ram seal. He drew out his own energy, forcing it to collide with the Kyuubi's chakra. A pillar of blue light erupted around him, forcing the fox's claw back inch by inch. "Foolish mortal. You think that pitiful power can match me?" Kyuubi bellowed, unleashing another torrent of malevolent energy that crashed against Naruto like a tidal wave. "You're nothing but an insect. Your body belongs to me," the beast roared. "Damn it, I need more," Naruto thought, digging further into the well of his reserves. Suddenly, a flare of his chakra lashed against the cage's seal. The seal shimmered, and in a flash of golden light, the fourth Hokage appeared before the gate. "It's time," Minato said calmly, raising his hand over the seal. The formula glowed, shifting, and in an instant, Naruto felt the Kyuubi's chakra being drawn into his own. The crimson aura fused with his chakra, turning into blazing red fire. His whisker marks faded, his body strengthened, his hair spiking with streaks of burning scarlet. "What is this? My power, give it back," Kyuubi howled, eyes locking on Minato. You did this. I'll rip you to pieces." "No, this is his doing. This is why I entrusted him with this burden. My son, the Fire Dragon Slayer, wielder of the great Inferno Demon. He will be unstoppable," Minato declared proudly. "Impossible! This cannot be!" screamed the fox, realizing 4 full tails of chakra were already drained. It would take months to recover, and worse, his grip on Naruto was slipping. "Ha ha ha, do it, Naruto. We'll meet again, my son," Minato said before fading away. Naruto grinned at the fading figure, then consumed the last of the fourth tail's chakra, erupting from his mindscape in a fiery explosion. Back outside, what the hell? The Kyuubi's chakra, it's changing, transforming. "This presence, it feels just like Minato's, could he?" Jiraiya muttered, utterly bewildered. The demonic aura twisted into raging fire as the tails dissolved, a fiery column roaring skyward. The Kyuubi's howl was replaced with Naruto's screams before the inferno collapsed, revealing him cloaked in smoke and flame. Incredible! A fire dragon slayer. Not even Minato's lightning transformation looked this terrifying. "And at least Minato didn't nearly kill me in the process," Jiraiya muttered in awe. "Oi, you old perv, I met someone interesting inside the seal just now. That man, you knew him. My father, the fourth Hokage," Naruto shouted. Jiraiya swallowed nervously, scrambling for words. "Well, you see, that was supposed to be revealed later. I figured as much, idiot. Being his son would have made me a target, started another great ninja war. But now I finally understand why I was chosen. This isn't a curse, it's a gift, passed from father to son. The sleeper has awakened, the dragon slayer is reborn. I am once again the prince of the fire country," Naruto bellowed, cackling wildly. "Oh crap, we've unleashed a monster. His strength is only matched by his ego," Jiraiya thought, sweat dripping down his face. "Stop gawking, you fossil, this changes everything. I'm not skipping the Chunin exams, I'm entering alone and crushing everyone. Move it before I torch your research notes," Naruto threatened. Jiraiya paled. "Damn you, Minato. You've doomed my research with this brat." 2 years later, as the pair neared Konoha, Naruto scowled. Over time, he'd realized only a handful of people in the village were truly worth respecting. The rest were blind sheep or senile leaders clinging to outdated ideals. Now he understood why Tsunade once hated this place. To him, the council and elders were nothing but rot. Jiraiya, sensing his apprentice's foul mood, tried to change the air. "At last, my oppressive rule ends. Soon, I'll be free to spy on every bathhouse in every land. My perversion will rise again, supreme across the elemental nations," he declared with manic laughter. Naruto shook his head, smirking darkly. "You idiot, don't you realize where we are? One word to Granny about all those times you skipped training to peep, and you're done. I only burned your notes, but she'll smash you into paste before burning your collection in a public bonfire." "Mwahaha," Naruto laughed. Jiraiya snarled. "Oh yeah, I've got a full record of every disaster you caused, and the bills Konoha got stuck with. If I go down, you're coming with me. Please, this village owes me more than it can ever repay. And I intend to collect." The two strolled right past the village gates. "Was that Naruto Uzumaki?" Izumo asked, stunned. "Yep, things are about to get lively around here," Kotsu replied. "Who's back?" Sakura asked, arriving to pick up reports. "You'll find out soon enough. He'll be at the Hokage office first," Izumo said. "Naruto, could it really be you?" Sakura wondered as she walked toward the tower. Inside the Hokage's office, Tsunade had just finished her paperwork and was about to enjoy sake when a knock came. "Of course, the second I relax," she thought bitterly. "Come in." The door opened, revealing Jiraiya and Naruto. "I know the old man read his smut, but do you really have to drink on duty?" Naruto said flatly. Her eye twitched. "Still the same brat after all this time?" "Nope. He's grown from a loudmouth brat into a full-blown arrogant jerk," Jiraiya quipped. "Better that than being a drunk or a lecher," Naruto shot back. "No respect. 3 years and still no respect," Jiraiya ranted. "The stronger the shinobi, the crazier their quirks. Anyone without flaws is probably weak," Naruto replied smugly. Kakashi entered just then, nose in his book. "Coming from you, I'll take that as a compliment." But before he could flip a page, his book ignited and crumbled to ash. He looked up to see Naruto blowing flame off his finger. "Didn't need to think of an insult. Your habits did the job for me." "Enough, now that you're back you'll undergo evaluation," Tsunade cut in. Naruto frowned. "Seriously? I already passed the Mist's dam exams and stirred up enough chaos to land myself in the bingo book." "Calm down. I'm not doubting your skill. But your team needs to adapt to fighting alongside you again," Tsunade explained. Kakashi nodded. From Jiraiya's reports, his bloodline outstrips even Minato's. "At this rate, his fire mastery could rival the second's control of water," Jiraiya admitted. "Not just that," Tsunade said. "It sounds more like a full manifestation, like Hashirama. Minato was only partial. I'll run tests later, but first—" She was cut off by Sakura entering with papers. "Shisho, I brought the reports." "Oh, sorry to interrupt," Sakura said, spotting Naruto. "No, it's good you're here. I'm reinstating Team 7, Tsunade announced. "What about Naruto? Wouldn't that mean 2 replacements?" "That's," Sakura rambled before Naruto cut in. "For someone smart, you're awfully slow." Her eyes widened. "Naruto?" "No, the 4th Tsuchikage," Naruto deadpanned, while everyone else chuckled. Before Tsunade could continue, Shikamaru and Temari entered. "Hey, look who's back," Sakura said excitedly. "Troublesome, you just had to come back stronger. Good to see you, though," Shikamaru smirked. "Still lazy as hell, pineapple head," Naruto shot back. Temari stared, shocked. This is that short kid, impossible." "I know, right? I didn't recognize him either," Sakura whispered. "Looks like Naruto's building himself a little fan club," Kakashi thought, watching the 2 girls' reactions. Just then, a messenger hawk swooped through the open window. Tsunade quickly unrolled the scroll and her eyes grew wide at its contents. "Everyone, listen carefully," she commanded sharply, pulling their attention toward her. "Reports confirm Akatsuki operatives have been spotted near the Suna border. They're beginning to move against their chosen targets. The Kazekage has requested reinforcements, including an escort for Temari back to her village, along with support against the enemy." Naruto's face lit up with excitement. "Guess that means we can forget about that boring evaluation. There's no way I'm missing this." "You fool," Tsunade snapped. "You're one of their primary targets. I can't just throw you straight into their trap." "That's exactly why I need to go," Naruto shot back, fists clenched. "I'm not going to win anything by hiding. I'll face the Akatsuki head-on and smash them with my own hands." Tsunade glanced at Jiraiya, who gave a small approving nod. Fine," she relented. "Shikamaru, gather Team Asuma. You and Team Kakashi will accompany Temari back to Suna and support them against Akatsuki." "Kakashi, You'll lead your squad with Sakura Haruno and Naruto Namikaze. I'll arrange a fourth member once you return. For this mission, Asuma will act as your second in command. Now move out. Soon after, Shikamaru assembled the teams along with Naruto, Sakura, and Temari at the village gates, though they were still waiting on Kakashi. Unbelievable, Kakashi-sensei's still keeping up his terrible habits, Sakura sighed. He's making us look ridiculous. Speak for yourself, Naruto replied casually. As long as he shows up as copy ninja Kakashi in battle, who cares how late he is? Sakura blinked, watching him quietly. He's changed so much. That maturity, he doesn't even flinch at things that used to annoy him. Ino, not bothering to hide her admiration, stared openly. Wow, he grew up perfectly. Wouldn't mind a few men like him in my village, Temari mused with a small smirk. Troublesome girls, troublesome Naruto, Shikamaru groaned, walking away to chat with Asuma. Choji followed lazily behind, thinking only about his snacks. Pack the regular chips, ranch flavor, oh, and salt and vinegar too. Maybe I'll ask Naruto later if he found any rare ramen flavors on his travels. Meanwhile, Sakura suddenly struck a pose in front of Naruto. So, Naruto, do I look more grown up? More like a woman now? Don't waste your time, forehead, Ino butted in, shoving Sakura aside and showing off her own pose. My charm is way more appealing. Get lost, pig. Stop drooling all over him. Forehead, piggy, these two are hopeless, they'll chase him away. Which works perfectly for me, Temari thought slyly, her eyes glinting. Naruto sighed, covering his ears from the shrill voices, and moved to join Shikamaru, Choji, and Asuma instead. So, Naruto, Asuma asked with a curious look, you planning to push for Jonin rank soon? You've built quite the reputation in the bingo book. I've already mastered one elemental affinity. I'm working on another now. Once I nail it, I'll give Jonin exams a shot. What element is it? Shikamaru questioned lazily. Naruto smirked. Now that would be spoiling the fun. Troublesome, keeping up with you is exhausting. I'll stick to the Chunin life. Suddenly, a small figure dashed up in a blur of brown hair. Boss, you're back. Check this out, my ultimate jutsu, Warok no Jutsu, Konohamaru shouted, transforming into a scantily dressed brunette before reverting back. What do you think? Pretty powerful, right? He asked eagerly. Naruto burst into laughter. Ha, you crack me up, kid. You remind me of myself back in the day. When I'm Hokage, I'll make you my lackey. You can polish my boots and call me Lord Namikaze. No way. I'll be Hokage and you'll work for me, Naruto deadpanned. You might want to run before those two banshees notice you. Konohamaru turned and paled. Ino and Sakura were glaring down at him with murderous intent. Gotta go. Later, boss, he yelped, bolting away like a scared cat. Don't ever change, kid, Naruto muttered with a grin. Moments later, Kakashi finally arrived, and the group set off for Suna. On the road to Suna, the squad set up camp not far from the Sans borders. Everyone sat around chatting, mostly gossiping about Naruto's exploits, while Naruto himself leaned against a rock with a scowl, itching to reach Suna before the Akatsuki made their move. The others, however, kept pestering him with questions. So Naruto, how'd you get promoted in the missed exams without a squad? Shikamaru asked. Naruto's eyes narrowed. A warrior's worth isn't measured by his allies' praise, but by the enemies who fear him. What a pain, Shikamaru muttered. What he means, Kakashi added, is that you should check the bingo book. Flip to his page, right next to mine. The others were shocked as they flipped the pages, finding Naruto's name with a bounty nearly equal to Kakashi's. Kakashi-sensei, when were you bumped up to S rank? Sakura gasped. When he used a new Sharingan ability to rip off the fourth Mizuki's arms, Naruto answered bluntly, stunning the group. Sharingan ability? Sakura asked in confusion. Read the damn page, he's got Mangekyo Sharingan. I even helped him develop one of his new jutsu, Naruto said irritably. Wait, your A rank, Ino shrieked. That screech of yours should be classified S rank, along with Sakura's, Naruto thought, covering his ears. He became A rank when we finished off the rest of the Mizuki, Kakashi said casually. You too killed a cage, Choji stammered. Yeah, the Hokage wasn't thrilled. Between that and Naruto's heritage finally coming to light, it was chaos, Asuma noted. Heritage? Ino asked curiously. Why the name change? Naruto sighed, rubbing his temples. Since it's going public anyway, Uzumaki is my mother's clan, Namikaze is my father's. Simple as that. But I thought you were an orphan, Sakura said softly. Just because I was orphaned doesn't mean my parents never existed, you moron, Naruto snapped. I didn't know who they were. Turns out they were powerful shinobi with countless enemies. If people knew, I'd have been dead long ago. Sakura and Ino looked down in shame, but Naruto's anger only grew. Don't you dare pity me. My mother was Kushina Uzumaki of Whirlpool. My father was the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze. I wouldn't trade that legacy for anything. The younger shinobi froze at the revelation, except for Shikamaru, who sighed as another piece of the puzzle clicked. Figures, so that's why you were chosen, he muttered. Chosen for what? Ino asked. Naruto's voice hardened. To carry the greatest-tailed beast, my father didn't kill the 9 tails. He sealed its chakra inside me. Not just to protect the village, but because I held the greatest potential. Anyone could have been chosen that night, but he chose me to become the strongest shinobi who ever lived. And I would have been there already if not for meddling old fools. His voice trailed off bitterly. So that's why Gaara respects you so much. You're just like him, Temari realized. Silence fell over the camp as everyone digested his words. For the old Naruto, such a revelation would have been a nightmare. But now, he wore it proudly. Breaking the silence, Shikamaru flipped further into the bingo book. If you two really killed the Mizukage, why's your bounty highest in Iwa? Konoha's Inferno, master of fire techniques. Just what the hell kind of training did he go through? Shikamaru thought grimly. The real story is, Kakashi began. Shut it, Cyclops, Naruto cut him off. Here's the truth. The fourth Mizukage rebelled, went crawling to Iwa for support, and tried to march back with their backing. He ran into us at the border. Long story short, we obliterated him and 2 full Iwa battalions. Add Kakashi's rep from the last war and my father's title as the Yellow Flash, and that's an extra 20 million on our heads alone. And now we're celebrated in the mist, Kakashi said proudly. Oh, and Naruto is the Mizukage's purse. Say it, Hadache, and I'll burn every Ika book in Fire Country, Naruto threatened darkly. Kakashi froze, paling. Even the unreleased Golden Hokage editions, Naruto added with a smirk. That was enough to shut Kakashi up for good. No book was worth risking. So why were you there anyway? Sakura asked curiously. To raid a shipment of mist and Iwa's sake, Kakashi said smoothly. It was my official mission. Jiraiya sent Naruto to assist, and it gave me the perfect chance to see his new abilities firsthand. So his promotion came from your report and his mastery of fire. If he gains a second element, he'll be elite Jonin for sure, Shikamaru concluded. That's my next step, dual elemental mastery. A second affinity. If it's even possible, I'll make it mine, Naruto vowed silently. Why the hell were we sent on a mission just to swipe sake? Couldn't we have just bought it from the vendor? Choji asked curiously. This wasn't just any batch. It's a rare brew that can only be produced every 4 years when the temperature hits a precise level. The Hokage had her personal order delivered straight after it was bottled, explained Kakashi calmly. But 2 of her disciples decided to start brawling with their shiny new strength instead of fetching medical supplies. They trashed the storage where the shipment was kept, wrecking every last drop. Naruto shouted, glaring daggers at both Ino and Sakura. Sorry, both Sakura and Ino muttered awkwardly. Hold on, even if that's true, there's no way Shishu would ever approve a mission like that, Sakura objected. She didn't, Kakashi corrected. It was the clan leaders who decided. They were worried she might snap after she hospitalized a civilian council member in the middle of a meeting. Yeah, she literally punched the guy through a wall. He landed in a hospital bed through an open window, Naruto added dryly. Before they could continue, everyone stiffened, sensing something in the distance. Move out, Akatsuki's made their move, ordered Asuma. At the gates of Suna upon arrival, they joined Kankuro, who was already observing a battle raging between Gaara and Deidara high above. That airborne fighter is Deidara. He creates explosives using some kind of special clay, Kakashi briefed the group. Which means his partner Sasori is likely lurking around nearby. I'll handle Clayboy. Asuma, you and your squad with Kankuro should manage Puppet Master. Kakashi, scout under my fight with the Sharingan to spot hidden bombs. Anything that slips past Gaara and me, you and Temari can finish off, Naruto directed confidently. Sasori's puppets are laced with poison, so Sakura, you're with Asuma's squad. Kakashi instructed, aligning with Naruto's plan. All right then, time for liftoff. Naruto bit his thumb, smearing blood onto a seal etched on his left forearm. In a puff, a circular metal disc appeared. He tossed it skyward, the underside igniting as it hovered in the air. Leaping onto it, he rocketed toward the clay bird circling Gaara. Deidara, distracted, sent a swarm of clay insects at Gaara, only for them to be incinerated instantly by a fiery wave from Naruto's right hand. Playing with clay dolls again, Kazekage. Don't you have bigger responsibilities? Naruto teased with a smirk. It's been a while, Namikaze Naruto, Gaara responded evenly. You've been keeping track, Naruto chuckled. From what I hear, you've got a pest problem. As you can see, I'm a professional exterminator. I know who you are, you're the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki. An A-rank powerhouse now, aiming for a cage. With two of you in my way, I'll show my ultimate creation. C2, Deidara shouted. Perfect. I can't walk away from a fight like that. Watch closely, Gaara. My mastery of fire surpasses even your sand, Naruto declared. As Deidara revealed the strange mouths on his palms to mold clay, Naruto finally noticed the grotesque detail. Ha! So that's what you're hiding. Those hands give hand job a whole new meaning. With you, Puppet Boy, and the pretty boy Uchiha, Akatsuki looks more like a club for weirdos who got kicked out of their villages. No wonder Orochimaru fits right in, Naruto ranted, making Shinobi below laugh. Even Gaara cracked a smirk. You'll regret mocking me. Witness my greatest masterpiece, C2 Dragon, Deidara shouted, unveiling a massive clay dragon that devoured his bird mount. You call that a dragon? Looks more like a winged rat, Naruto shot back. The clay beast spewed a thick sand-like cloud, but Naruto countered instantly. Karyu no Hauku. A blazing torrent scorched the cloud, disintegrating every particle. The heat is incredible. Not a single speck could have survived, Gaara thought. Size doesn't matter. I can sense every scrap of chakra you mold. My flames will always reduce your earth style to dust, Naruto gloated, only to be blindsided by clay insects. You talk too much. Katsu, Deidara sneered. The blast engulfed Naruto, smoke filling the air. But when it cleared, Naruto stood unfazed, fire still dancing around his body. That barely even scratched me, he said smugly, wiping a trickle of blood from his mouth. Frustrated, Deidara launched 4 smaller dragons. They chased Naruto, surrounding him, but he dropped suddenly, brought his wrists together, and unleashed his next move. Karyu no Superaru no Teiho? A spiraling inferno consumed all 4 before detonation. As Naruto adjusted his disc, another baby dragon swallowed him whole. You're trapped. Now witness true art explosion, Deidara roared. The detonation lit up the sky, but Naruto reappeared beside Gaara, completely unharmed. That was just a shadow clone I switched with, Naruto smirked. This guy's as bad as fighting another Akatsuki member. I can't get a clear hit time to switch tactics, Deidara thought, descending toward the village. Anticipating, Gaara raised a massive sand barrier to protect the people. But before Deidara could act, Naruto clotheslined him from his sand platform. Gaara barely reformed his footing before his sand erupted in an explosion. Your cheap tricks won't work here. Maybe you've eaten too much clay and paste, your brain's fried like a child's, Naruto mocked. If I can't win, I'll end with my ultimate creation, Deidara screamed, his body swelling for self-destruction. The massive blast consumed the battlefield, but Naruto inhaled the flames in one gulp before belching. Too much ash in that one, Naruto muttered before spotting the real Deidara fleeing on foot. He swooped down with a crazed grin. Leaving so soon? Let me give you a farewell gift. Ahaha, Naruto raised his hand, flames erupting. Karyu no Biguban, the enormous fireball swallowed Deidara in a violent explosion. That was just a warm-up. Let's see what's left for me, Naruto said, darting toward the other battle. Meanwhile, Team Asuma, Sakura, and Kankuro confronted Sasori in a canyon littered with fallen sand shinobi. After an exchange, the real fight began. They destroyed his initial puppet body, only to discover he'd transformed himself into a human puppet. He then unveiled his prized puppet, the third Kazekage. Kankuro was poisoned, forcing Sakura and Ino to retreat with him. Luckily, Elder Chiyo arrived to lend aid, creating an opening for Choji to smash the Kazekage puppet. But Sasori unleashed his deadliest technique. The red secret technique, performance of 100 puppets. Now it was a battle of endurance. Either they'd exhaust their chakra or Sasori would run out of puppets. At that tense moment, Naruto and Kakashi arrived. "Looks like the toys are too much for you guys. Need a hand?" Naruto quipped. "I never thought I'd be so relieved to see the biggest headache I know," Shikamaru sighed. "What makes you think you'll do any better?" Asuma grunted while shattering a puppet with his blades. "Even if you somehow managed to take down Deidara, you must have drained yourself heavily. Before long, you'll crumble before my art," cut in Sasori. "That trash wasn't even worth the dust on my sandals." Hatake stood there like a spectator while I wiped him off the map. "Look at me. His so-called explosives couldn't even scorch a single thread of my outfit." Naruto shouted with pride. "That's only because his clothing is resistant to his own fire chakra. But still, defeating Deidara would have drained a large amount of energy, even for him. What's he scheming?" Kakashi wondered silently. "Our best shot here is to work as a unit and come up with a strategy," Shikamaru pressed urgently. "I refuse to fight alongside the son of the White Fang of Konoha," Chiyo snapped. "Someone tell the old bat the White Fang died years ago. That's his kid. And his kid belongs to an allied village," Naruto muttered dryly, drawing snickers from everyone present, even Chiyo. "I'll have you know, I remembered my medicine this morning," she chuckled before adding, "but the pineapple head is right. If we want to bring down my grandson, we'll need to fight together. You'll all just slow me down. I'm the only one cut out for this. My forces will crush his into splinters," Naruto boasted. "So that's your angle. This could actually work," Kakashi thought. "What army are you even talking about?" asked Choji in confusion. Shikamaru's eyes narrowed. "This is good, I see where this is going. My army eclipses anything he can throw at me. Witness, Karyu no Tajukaten Bunshin no Jutsu," Naruto roared as an immense cloud of smoke filled the canyon. When the haze lifted, the battlefield was overflowing with fiery Naruto clones, each radiating an aura of heat. "The final act for your puppet performance starts now," Naruto bellowed as he and his doubles charged. "Karyu no Tekken." Half of the clones slammed into the puppets with blazing fists. "Karyu no Kaketsume." The rest followed with crushing, flame-fueled kicks. Their onslaught decimated large chunks of Sasori's puppet horde. Though he tried to keep pace, the clones demolished puppets faster than he could dismantle them. Each time a clone was destroyed, it erupted into fire, dragging another puppet down with it. Impossible. Creating this many clones is hard enough, but to imbue them with such overwhelming power. And he's hidden himself among them. I can't sense which is real. Our intelligence was completely wrong. "I must escape," Sasori thought in alarm, preparing to retreat only to realize his body was frozen. "What's happening? The Nara, but he's over there," Sasori exclaimed, only to see the Shikamaru and Kakashi nearby vanish into smoke, revealing more clones. Turning, his eyes widened to find the real Shikamaru holding him with shadow possession, while Kakashi's Reikiri sparked dangerously. "So this is my end. The Akatsuki promised grandeur, but only led me to ruin. For honoring my defeat, I will leave you a gift," Sasori sighed, as seals lit up across his frame. They converged into his chest, ejecting a small scroll. "This contains intel from my network. Inside you'll find the time and place of the next Akatsuki meeting. Use it well, Leaf Shinobi." "Farewell, Sasori of the Red Sand," Kakashi said firmly, before thrusting his Rikiri through Sasori's chakra core. The puppet master and his army collapsed lifelessly. Kakashi pocketed the scroll and surveyed the ruined battlefield as Naruto dispersed his clones. Barely a quarter of the puppet legion remained. "Oi, someone toss me a food pill," Naruto huffed. Right," Choji stammered, pulling one from his pouch and throwing it over. Naruto gulped it down, quickly regaining his stamina. That fight drained him more than he admits. Using that much power against two Akatsuki pushed him hard, Kakashi noted. He bluffed Sasori. He couldn't have sustained those clones much longer anyway, Shikamaru muttered. "You okay, man?" "I thought you said that first battle was easy," Asuma asked. "It was. Quit worrying about me. Mind your own squad," Naruto growled, making Asuma back off. Just then Sakura and Ino reappeared. "We've got an antidote." "Anyone poisoned?" Ino asked. "No, only fatigue," Kakashi replied. "Let's get moving. San can handle the cleanup," Asuma ordered. That night, everyone except Naruto and the Kazekage gathered for dinner at Gaara's mansion. Food from a local favorite was spread across the long table, though 2 seats remained empty. "Where are those 2 idiots?" Temari muttered. "They'll show up when they feel like it. Let's eat," Chaoji cheered. Temari sighed. "Fine," she said, allowing him to dig in. "Stupid Naruto, I even arranged for ramen and he doesn't bother showing up," Sakura grumbled. "Troublesome. How do you know he still likes ramen that much?" Shikamaru asked. "He's changed, but not that much," Ino retorted. "Yeah, instead of bouncing like a brat, he complains like a cranky old man about food variety," Kakashi chuckled. "He really went from acting like a child to sounding like a 50-year-old in just 3 years." Asuma smirked. "He's always had anger buried deep down. He just hides it less now." "Troublesome guy," Shikamaru added. "I bet I know where they are settling their old score from years back. They're fighting right now," Kankuro guessed. "That baka," Sakura and Ino roared, forcing everyone to cover their ears. "Relax, they're not that reckless. I'll check on them," Kakashi said, vanishing in a swirl of leaves. "Wow, that guy clears his plate fast," Chaoji muttered, staring at Kakashi's empty dish. Kakashi tracked Gaara sitting on the eastern wall, gazing into the desert. Not far off, Naruto stood inside a sandstorm, staring skyward. "How long's he been at it?" Kakashi asked. "An hour," Gaara replied. "You expected him to lose, not win," Kakashi remarked. "He said real shinobi don't just scrape by. To be the strongest, you can't show weakness even after victory," Gaara stated. "Smart mindset," Kakashi agreed with a nod. "I'll need to train harder myself. I've relied too much on my sand. Without your timely arrival, I may have lost," Gaara admitted. "Still changing everyone around you, huh, Naruto?" Kakashi thought. Out in the storm, Naruto wrestled with his thoughts. Those who wielded Dragon Slayer power became living legends, unmatched among shinobi. And now I've inherited it. Yet I barely scraped through against the weakest Akatsuki, even with help. Am I nothing but a hollow imitation? "Rahhh," he roared, flames bursting around him in rage. "I've chased greatness my whole life to surpass every Hokage, but if I struggle against these misfits, then I'm not worthy. A true Dragon Slayer would have crushed them. I've gotten strong, but I still lack experience. More battles await before I reach my peak." Lowering his gaze, Naruto clenched his fists, then screamed upward. "Ahhh!" A fiery pillar shot into the sky, fusing with the swirling sand. The heat turned it into a colossal glass spire, which shattered under his power. As shards rained down, the sandstorm finally ended. "I'll keep pushing forward, learning from every clash. I'll master this strength and become the greatest of legends. They'll all just be names in my shadow," he declared. Clapping sounded behind him. He turned to see Kakashi smiling with his eye and Gaara smirking, arms folded. "Quite the inspiring speech," Kakashi remarked. "Maybe I should hire you to motivate my soldiers. We'd conquer every nation," Gaara teased. Naruto scowled. "What do you want?" "Dinner's waiting back at my estate," Gaara said. "They started without us but saved ramen for you," Kakashi added. "They'd better. Only decent food in this whole place," Naruto grumbled, walking with them back. Days later, the squads returned to Konoha. They went straight to the Hokage's office to report, running into Jiraiya on the way. He decided to sit in on the debriefing, eager to hear more about Akatsuki and examine Sasori's scroll. Once inside, Kakashi immediately handed the scroll over while the team began their mission report. "Strange, what reason would he have for helping us?" Tsunade muttered aloud before Jiraiya cut in. "I've managed to decipher the beginning of this intel. It's a schedule, locations, dates, and times for secret exchanges with his informants. One detail stands out. Sasori planted a spy inside Orochimaru's forces, and in 5 days they're supposed to meet at the Heaven and Earth Bridge. Considering Orochimaru once partnered with the Akatsuki, seems Sasori hasn't forgiven him. In that case, a team needs to be sent immediately. But who should we dispatch?" Tsunade mused. "Hokage-sama, I request that my squad be involved. This mission could provide a chance to track down our missing companion, someone we are the most familiar with," Kakashi suggested. Expected Sakura to voice that first, but Kakashi beat her to it, Tsunade thought before nodding. "Very well, I'll consider it." "Didn't think you had it in you, Headache," Naruto quipped. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Sensei obviously wants him back too," Sakura shot back. "Pay attention. He didn't say bring back, he said track down. If Sasuke won't return willingly, then figure out the rest yourself. What he did to our teacher was far worse than anything he did to us. He discarded everything he was taught like garbage. That's an insult you don't just forgive. But mark my words, sensei, if we find him, my fists land first. He owes me, Naruto declared coldly. Is that true, sensei? Sakura asked cautiously. Jiraiya answered instead. Whether you like it or not, Orochimaru can't be allowed to take over Sasuke's body. We must stop that at all costs. If Sasuke accepts it willingly, he'll be easier to eliminate than Orochimaru himself. That, however, is a worst-case outcome. Worst case, my ass, Naruto muttered. Tsunade frowned. I thought you wanted him back more than anyone. Don't dress it up with emotions. He's either with us or he's the enemy. If he stays our enemy, then he dies. Naruto's words carried weight. Most silently agreed, though unease lingered. Tsunade dismissed the meeting, saying she'd announce the squad lineup soon. 2 days later, Naruto walked through the village with Shikamaru, talking about the mission. Shikamaru noticed Naruto's colder view of Sasuke. He made his choice, now he can live with it. He's irrelevant. My real concern is the snake. Sasuke's predictable, he'll chase Itachi as long as he breathes. That makes him no real danger to anyone else. Orochimaru, he's the real threat. If he gets the Sharingan, no one can guess what chaos he'll cause. Damn troublesome Uchihas, Shikamaru sighed. Don't misunderstand me. If I ran into Sasuke, I'd beat him down for principle's sake. But I don't care about him anymore. His goals mean nothing to me, Naruto replied flatly. Greetings, Naruto, Shikamaru, a calm voice called. Shino appeared from behind a tree. Naruto blinked. Why the hell do you look like some shady dealer? Why does my appearance bring such an image to your mind? Are you searching for something illegal? Shino countered. Touché, Naruto smirked. Shino, you're early, Kiba shouted as he skidded around a corner with Akamaru. Well, look at that, Akamaru finally grew bigger than his master. Congrats, pup, Naruto grinned. Akamaru barked happily. Traitor, I bring a warm hello and this is how you repay me, Kiba complained. They turned to see Hinata frozen in place, finger pointing forward. Kiba waved a hand in front of her, no response. Never seen her freeze like that before, Kiba muttered. She somehow got even stranger, Naruto shrugged. Your team is weird all around, except your sensei. Now she is. You were about to say what exactly? Came Kurenai's amused voice from behind. Better suited for my team instead of that pink banshee. You get it right, Shikamaru? Naruto smirked. Absolutely. Blonde's just as bad as pink. Too loud. My ears are doomed, Shikamaru added dryly. When did you get here, sensei? Kiba asked. Never mind that look, Kurenai pointed ahead. A block away, Naruto stood facing strange ink beasts. Fire engulfed his arms as he smashed each monster into ash. There, on the roof. A kid with a paintbrush and scroll, Kiba shouted, spotting a teenager above. Quiet and observe, Kurenai ordered. The boy drew symbols, unleashing another wave of ink creatures. Naruto let them swarm, then detonated into a burst of flames, incinerating them all. Impressive, Shino muttered. His fire control is precise. Not a single building burned, only the creatures. The boy looked shocked. Then Naruto suddenly appeared behind him, arms crossed. Was gonna call you insane, but looking at you, the answer's obvious, Naruto said before ramming a fist into the kid's gut, knocking him out cold. Pathetic and you're gay. Feels like dealing with an Uchiha. Slinging him over his shoulder, Naruto returned to Shikamaru. What do you think, one of them? He asked. Troublesome, but yeah, Shikamaru replied. One of who? Kiba asked. Not your concern, dog breath. This pup needs training. I'll hand him back to his owner. Akamaru, though you're way better trained than Kiba, got him to bathe at least once a week now. Naruto smirked before leaping off. I bathe 3 times a week, damn it, Kiba yelled. Everyone else instinctively stepped away. Later, Tsunade sat with Koharu and Himura. They pressed her to restrict Naruto's movements, suggesting confinement. Shizune supported them, saying it would keep him safe. Tsunade flatly rejected it. If we cage him here, he'll just be an easy target like Gaara was. Naruto can handle himself. Fine, but more members should be added to his squad, Himura pressed. Tsunade sighed. All right, bring him in, Koharu said as Danzo entered. Tsunade's eyes narrowed. It's been some time, Tsunadeheim, Danzo greeted. So, a root operative and an elite ANBU are your chosen additions, she concluded. Before the elders could respond, the doors flew open. Naruto barged in, dropping the unconscious boy before Danzo. Think this belongs to you. Needs better training, Naruto sneered. Naruto, this is a private council, Shizune began, but he cut her off. I know exactly what this is, old fools deciding my future. Where was your concern when I actually needed it? And you, Shizune, trying to undermine your own Hokage. Shameful. You dare, Himura started. Silence, what right do you fossils have to dictate what's best for the village? Times have changed, Naruto snapped. We only want to protect you and the village, Koharu insisted. The best way is letting me crush Akatsuki with my bare hands, Naruto roared. You're not capable, Danzo began, but Tsunade silenced him. Enough. We already settled this. Naruto has proven himself. On his last mission, he alone eliminated 2 Akatsuki members. His growth has exceeded even my expectations. He is one of my strongest shinobi now. Trying to restrain him is harming, not helping, the village. Naruto smirked on his way out. Remember, she's Hokage, and I'm one of her top weapons. You're nothing but relics will be replaced soon enough. The new team Kakashi under Tsunade's orders, the new lineup formed. Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi joined by Yamato, one of the Hokage's best ANBU, and Sai from Root. They gathered at their new training field to discuss the mission. Hello there, Sai greeted with a plastered smile as he walked up to the team. You again? Why are we dragging this clown along? He's the weakest one here, snapped Naruto with an annoyed glare. Relax, Yellow Stallion. We members of Root are all fully trained ANBU, replied Sai, wearing his usual artificial smile. Yellow Stallion, Sakura raised an eyebrow. Well, he must be packing like a horse to carry that much strength. An unsightly brute like him clearly compensates somewhere, Sai said smoothly. A moment later, Sakura's fist smashed him into the ground. You disgusting idiot! How dare you say something so perverted? She yelled, still side-eyeing Naruto's lower half. I do know a lady who could verify that, Kakashi muttered behind his book, though it would mean a detour through mist. Naruto gave an irritated snort. Idiots! Picking himself up, Sai brushed the dirt off while Yamato cleared his throat to regain order. Since Team Kakashi was short a member and this mission carries weight, Hokage-sama assigned 2 additions. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. My name's Sai. Haruno Sakura. Hatake Kakashi. I am Captain Yamato. Page 147 in the bingo book, Naruto muttered dryly. Come on, Naruto, at least act civil, Kakashi urged. I don't get paid to be friendly, I get paid to finish missions. Naruto shot back. Regardless, Yamato continued, ignoring the tension, the 5 of us are tasked together. We might not all mesh perfectly, but I'm confident we can succeed. So tell me, Naruto interrupted, are you in charge here or is Kakashi? Technically I am, Kakashi explained, but for this mission Yamato's leading. Good chance for him to handle non-ANBU work. In other words, you're being lazy again, Sakura muttered. Yamato ignored her and pressed on. Our mission, travel to Tenchai Bridge, make contact with Orochimaru's spy and bring them back. This source could help us uncover Orochimaru's movements and Sasuke's location. From there, we may even craft a plan to eliminate Orochimaru and retrieve Sasuke. Naruto scoffed. That plan is full of holes. Capturing the spy is risky, easier to kill than to restrain. Even if we do take them alive, there's no guarantee they'll cooperate. Orochimaru or Akatsuki could have planted safeguards preventing them from talking. Or worse, Orochimaru already sniffed them out and is using this to bait Sasori. Hell, this could be Akatsuki's trap altogether. Nicely put, reading beneath the surface, Kakashi commented. That's why we've got 4 elite fighters and a medic. There's a chance Orochimaru himself could appear. I already have a backup plan if the spy proves unreliable. Naruto raised an eyebrow. And what would that be? I'll explain once we're outside the village, Kakashi replied calmly. All right then, Yamato said firmly. We leave from the front gate in 1 hour. Gather your supplies. Sakura and Naruto quickly gathered their gear, then made their way through the village toward the Hokage's tower to report before departure. So, what do you think of Sai? Sakura asked. Dead weight. We only needed Yamato. The council just shoved Sai in to watch over me. Old fools meddling where they shouldn't. Sakura frowned. I heard something similar from Shishu, but how do you know? He tried picking a fight with me in the middle of the street. I knocked him out and dropped him at their meeting to prove a point. A point that their so-called supervision is nothing but baggage. Naruto, storming into the council chamber wasn't smart. They've got political sway and can make Shishu's work, and your career much harder. They have no real power. They're relics, clinging to seats they've held too long. Tsunade could replace them any day with younger shinobi who actually innovate. And honestly, she probably already has candidates lined up. You've gotten a lot more aware since your training trip. Before, you wouldn't even notice stuff like this. I don't care about politics. But since they decided to interfere in my business, they'll learn not to get in my way. Besides, me playing the role of unpredictable loose cannon under Tsunade's command only makes them more cautious of crossing her. We're here, Sakura noted as they reached the tower. Inside, Tsunade listened to Naruto and Sakura explain their run-ins with Sai. None of it surprised her. I see. In that case, I want you both to keep a close eye on him. The council likely has hidden motives for placing him on your team. Their discussion was cut short by a knock. Enter, Tsunade barked. The door creaked open, revealing Danzo. This fossil again, Naruto rolled his eyes. What do you want, Danzo? Tsunade asked, irritation clear in her tone. I trust an ANBU of elite caliber is leading Sai's team, he said smoothly. I chose the one who has impressed me most since the Sandame's tenure, she replied. Good. Hopefully he's not softened by the Sandame's teachings. Hiruzen was too gentle, afraid to take decisive action, just like your grandfather taught him. Tsunade's brow twitched at the insult, but she held her tongue. Naruto didn't. Watch your mouth, old man. Speak ill of the dead again and you might join them sooner than you think. The Sandame was respected and feared, can't say the same for you. Danzo's expression tightened, but he restrained himself. That was all. I'll be on my way. Hey, old man, Naruto called as Danzo reached the door. Since you treat ninja like disposable tools, don't cry if yours breaks on this mission. Danzo grumbled, gripping his cane tighter as he left. Naruto, why would you say that? Shishu could have handled it, Sakura scolded. I was defending my Hokage. She may not be able to respond to such insults as a leader, but I can. Leaders sometimes need someone unpredictable to make others think twice before disrespecting them. And Danzo can't touch me anyway. Tsunade chuckled. The old you was refreshing, but this new you is far more useful. I should make you sit in on council meetings. Those geezers probably fear you more than Ibiki now after your little stunt yesterday. Naruto smirked at her words. Later, the team assembled at the village gates before heading out toward Tenchi Bridge. Hours passed in uncomfortable silence. Naruto walked with a scowl, eyes straight ahead. Kakashi immersed himself in Ika-Ika, Yamato stayed vigilant up front, Sakura cast nervous glances between her teammates, and Sai wore his same artificial grin. Kakashi finally spoke up. What's with this silence? You all should be chatting, getting used to each other. I've got nothing to say to that guy, tools don't talk, Naruto said, tilting his chin toward Sai. Naruto, that's uncalled for. As Kakashi's student, you should know the value of teamwork, Yamato reprimanded. There's only teamwork if everyone shares the same goal. This guy's nothing but Danzo's errand boy. Naruto twisted his voice into an exaggerated impression of Sai's, plastering on a fake grin. Time for dinner, Danzo-sama. Allow me to escort you to the toilet, Danzo-sama. Want me to wipe for you, Danzo-sama? Sakura stifled her laughter. Kakashi raised his book higher to hide his smirk, and Yamato's lips twitched, fighting a grin. Sai's fake smile cracked. You shouldn't insult Danzo-sama. Naruto pointed dramatically. Look at that, the tool finally showed emotion. He's alive, he's a real boy. Enough, Yamato snapped. Someone like you, working with the great Kakashi, what's wrong with you? Naruto smirked. The great Kakashi, maybe you two are closer than we realized. Not that it's my business. Just remember, Sasuke was on our team too. Yamato opened his mouth, then shut it again, speechless. He turned to Kakashi, who sighed and lowered his book. Sometimes, he really wished Naruto would save his jabs for enemies only. Before Kakashi could intervene, Sai finally spoke again. I get it now. You think I'm here to fill in for that pathetic knockoff of Orochimaru who ditched the village and betrayed Konoha. Don't worry, I can't stand people like him either. Sai spoke with that same false smile plastered on his face. Naruto let out a short snort, then chuckled as a sly grin spread across his features. You know what? I like this guy, even if he's nothing more than a tool. Calling him a pathetic Orochimaru wannabe with rocks for brains, now that's priceless. Naruto could barely contain his laughter. Well then, I'm glad we've settled that. Hopefully from now on we can all work together without issues, Sakura said optimistically. Yes, let's all be friends, Sai replied calmly, only for Naruto to suddenly tackle him out of the way of Sakura's punch. The blow crashed into the ground, leaving a huge crater where Sai had been standing moments before. What the hell is wrong with you, crazy woman? Are you trying to wreck the mission? Naruto snapped at her. I don't know why you shoved him away. He insulted Sasuke-kun and I'm not letting him get away with it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Next time I won't hold back. Sakura glared threateningly. Naruto just laughed. Who cares? Emo boy isn't here to defend himself and that's his own damn fault. You act like he's some saint. Who cares? Weren't you two supposed to be best friends? Sakura shot back, furious and confused at his attitude. Best friends? Did you ever stab your own teammate in the chest? No, then that takes care of that theory. Naruto's voice dripped with bitterness. Shichutsu no Jutsu. Yamato's wooden prison suddenly sprang up, surrounding the three of them while Kakashi looked on with his usual calm expression. If you can't stop fighting, I'll keep you locked up here until you do. We've got 5 days before we need to be at Tenchi Bridge. You can either stay here and settle your differences or behave yourselves so we can head to a nice inn with hot springs. Yamato's voice grew darker. You don't know me very well. I can be kind, but I can also rule through fear. Naruto exploded out of the wooden prison in a burst of fire, reducing the wood to ash. If they sent him to keep me in check, they made a mistake. Fire Dragon Slayer against a Mokuton user. He doesn't stand a chance, Naruto thought coldly. No hand seals, no chakra spike, just how strong is he? Yamato thought in alarm. Hot springs are useless for me. Do as you like, Naruto said, walking past them to join Kakashi without a glance behind him. What does he mean by that? Sakura wondered, confused. Nothing like relaxing together in the hot springs to build camaraderie, Yamato sighed, sinking into the water. Or maybe it's just good that Naruto isn't here. Otherwise, your preferences might be questioned again, Kakashi said dryly, not lifting his eyes from his book. Why'd you let him go on his own anyway? Yamato asked. His body naturally produces fire chakra. He doesn't need a hot spring, he can make his own. Besides, he noticed a casino in town. I gave him some cash in exchange for half his winnings. Ever since he traveled with Jiraiya, he's been insanely lucky with gambling. Kakashi explained casually. With that temper and his gambling habits, you'd think he was trained by the Hokage herself instead of Jiraiya-sama, Yamato muttered. I'm disappointed he didn't come with us, Sai commented. Why's that? Kakashi asked. I wanted to see a really big penis, Sai answered bluntly. The hot spring instantly went silent as every man shifted away from Sai and closed their legs, while laughter erupted from the women's side. Don't kill him, Sakura thought furiously. That was a good night's sleep. Sakura yawned, stretching as she got up from her futon. Blinking the drowsiness from her eyes, she noticed a strange orange-red glow outside the window. Curious, she quickly changed and stepped out to investigate. On the cliff ledge, she saw Naruto, glowing with a fiery aura. She hadn't seen him since he disappeared into town while the rest of the team went to the hot springs. Now he sat cross-legged, eyes shut, palms open at his sides. His wild hair flickered as the aura around him burned like fire. A soothing warmth spread from his body, radiating calm, a stark contrast to his usually chaotic nature. Need something? His sudden voice startled her. She had been too entranced by the sight. I didn't know you meditate. It's almost like you've become one with nature out here, she admitted. Meditation keeps me sharp. Focus is what wins battles, she chuckled. I never thought I'd see you like this. A few years ago, you couldn't sit still for 5 minutes. You've grown up, Naruto. If I learned one thing from that team, it's that we were never kids to begin with. He just realized it earlier than us. Not just him, you knew it too. That's why you tried so hard to act cheerful back then, to protect the bit of innocence we still had. But once it's gone, it never comes back. I'm not that kid anymore, but I'll fight for the kid I used to be, and for every other kid who deserves to be free. HMPH, as if you need another reason to fight, just admit you enjoy it. No way. Most people fight harder when they have a reason. I won't take that from them. Makes things more exciting when they face me. Later, Yamato created a wooden house for them with his Mokyuten Jutsu. The team gathered upstairs to finalize their plan. I used Suna's intel on Sasori as a base, but I need more: his speech patterns, quirks, behavior. You three actually saw him in battle, Yamato explained. Naruto and I got there late. We can share what we learned, but Sakura will have the clearest details for your disguise, Kakashi said. One issue: we still don't know his true mission, Naruto interjected, eyeing Sai. I told you already, I have the same mission as the rest of you, Sai defended. Likely story, Yamato said flatly as wooden branches suddenly grabbed Sai, hauling him out the window by his ankle. What are your real orders? Yamato demanded darkly. Kakashi closed his book with a sigh. ANBU still using methods like this. Hokage-sama should have Ibiki teach proper interrogation techniques. The pervert would be ashamed to call this an interrogation, Naruto added, pulling Sai down from the branches and tossing him to the floor. Kakashi drew a kunai and loomed over Sai, with Naruto standing behind him, grinning wickedly. Let me show you how it's really done, Kakashi began. After I deliver the scroll, I was supposed to meet with them to locate Uchiha Sasuke and deliver Danzo-sama's proposal. Danzo-sama wants him under control, or dead. That's all I can say. The seal won't let me reveal more, Sai blurted out, panicked. Kakashi put his kunai away calmly as Sai collapsed against the wall. No matter their training, this works every time, Naruto smirked. So what now? Sakura asked. Sai's confession had destroyed their initial plan. We adapt, Yamato replied. How? She pressed. Since we know it's a trap, we can change our approach, Kakashi said. And with Sai's mission doomed to fail anyway, we can use that failure to mask our own objective, Naruto added. All right, here's what we'll do, Kakashi began. The next day, Yamato walked onto the bridge, disguised as Sasori, to meet the hooded figure. The others remained hidden, ready to execute their plan. Sasori-sama, it's been years, the figure greeted, pulling back his hood to reveal Kabuto's face. Almost 5 years. Were you followed? Yamato asked. No, it's safe, Kabuto assured. How are you feeling? Yamato asked again. When you ended the jutsu, I felt dizzy, heavy-headed, Kabuto admitted. I have questions, Yamato said firmly. I'll answer what I can, but time is short, Kabuto replied. Where are you hiding now, and what's the state of his next vessel? Yamato pressed. We rotate hideouts every week. We have bases outside Sound 2, hidden and supplied by spies. Our current base is on a small northern island. Sasuke is there as well. We'll move in 3 days. Kabuto's attention flickered to the bushes. A rabbit hopped out, then darted away chased by a small dog. He turned back calmly. He's close, now I just have to wait for him to show himself. Just a rabbit. Anyway, Orochimaru's discarded body after his transfer couldn't be analyzed. His jutsu makes it impossible, Kabuto explained. I understand, Yamato responded calmly. What the hell is going on? He should have acted already, whispered Naruto impatiently from his concealed position. Calm down. If Yamato moves too fast, he risks being exposed. Sakura reminded him firmly. You idiot. I'm not even talking about Yamato, Naruto shot back angrily. What do you mean? Sakura asked, confused. Sai cut in before Naruto could answer. Orochimaru is already here. Our meeting has to end here. If I linger any longer, I'll be discovered and killed. I need the item we discussed, Kabuto stated. Very well, Yamato began moving, but Kabuto sensed something wrong. Instantly, he leapt sideways, avoiding Yamato's position. With a kunai ready, Kabuto turned only to see Orochimaru standing before them. At last, he finally shows himself. Time to act, Yamato thought. What an amusing little discussion. Perhaps I should join. Kyukuku, Orochimaru hissed. If not for that kunai, Sasori-sama, I wouldn't have evaded in time, Kabuto said with gratitude. That cloak of yours, Sasori, it certainly brings back old memories, Orochimaru mused. I should have realized you would shadow him. It isn't in your nature to trust anyone completely, Yamato stated coldly. Kyukuku, gratitude is in order. That boy you handed me has been extremely helpful in my experiments. Thanks to his medical skills, I could recycle test subjects that would have otherwise been lost. Orochimaru sneered. Now this is it, make your move, Yamato urged silently. Kabuto's hand glowed with chakra, and he suddenly slashed open Yamato's disguise. The wooden form collapsed, revealing a red-haired puppet-like figure. On closer inspection, his body was entirely crafted from wood. He sprang back with the metal tail still embedded in him. "So you did complete the transformation after all," Orochimaru remarked. "I could say the same to you," the redhead answered. "That's really Sasori-sama?" Kabuto questioned in shock. "Kyukuku, I see you never revealed your true self to your followers," Orochimaru chuckled darkly. "Senaita Jashu." Orochimaru suddenly thrust his arm, releasing a torrent of snakes from his sleeve. The serpents coiled around the redhead, dragging him close to Orochimaru. "Kyukuku, I know you're not Sasori. Tell me what became of him," Orochimaru demanded. "He's dead. Just like you." The redhead burst into flames, triggering a violent explosion that shattered the bridge. When the smoke cleared, Orochimaru and Kabuto stood safely on the opposite side, surveying the wreckage. "Who was that?" Kabuto asked. "Likely an infiltrator. They must have hacked into Sasori's network and learned of this meeting. After the explosion, I sensed them retreat. They probably didn't anticipate my presence." Orochimaru replied. "Do you think Sasori is truly dead?" Kabuto pressed. "Most likely, otherwise his network wouldn't have been compromised. Come, Kabuto-kun. Our task here is complete." The two turned to leave, but Orochimaru suddenly halted as Sai landed before them. "Kyukuku, so Root was behind the infiltration. Unexpected. I am not your foe. I am merely Danzu-sama's hand. I come bearing his message for you." "So that decrepit old man still clings to life. What could he possibly want?" Orochimaru sneered. "I will speak only in the exact manner I was ordered," Sai said firmly. "Careful with your tongue, boy. One wrong word, and it will be your last," Orochimaru hissed. Suddenly, the ground collapsed beneath them. Orochimaru and Kabuto leapt back instantly, watching as masked ANBU revealed themselves below, holding a bound Sai. "Forgive the interruption, but ever since we arrested that fool Danzu for corruption, Root operatives have been appearing everywhere, trying to buy his escape. We've been on his trail for days," one ANBU explained. "So the fool finally got caught. He's really declining in his age," Orochimaru smirked. "We'll be leaving now," the other ANBU stated. "And what makes you think you're leaving alive?" Kabuto threatened, chakra glowing in his palms. "Our master already knows we're gone. The collapsing ground was only a diversion." With a puff of smoke, the ANBU and Sai vanished. "Kyukuku, clever. It's rare to see Konoha shinobi with wit these days." "I admire them," Orochimaru laughed. "Shouldn't you be concerned about them tailing us, Orochimaru-sama?" Kabuto asked. "They wouldn't have revealed themselves if they intended pursuit. And if by chance they do, well, Sasuke-kun could use some new playthings." "Let's move on, Kabuto-kun," Orochimaru ordered. Through his wooden clone, Yamato transmitted everything he witnessed. Soon after, Kakashi, Sai, and Naruto appeared at the designated point. "The trap is set. They think we've lost their trail," Yamato reported. "Good. We'll give them some distance before we follow," Kakashi instructed. After allowing enough separation, Team Kakashi resumed pursuit. Not long after, Yamato halted them before a massive stone formation. He could sense the marker he planted on Kabuto had stopped here. "This is it. They've gone underground. The entrance must be hidden within these rocks," Yamato explained. "Naruto, you're up," Kakashi ordered. Naruto's hands ignited with flame as he pressed them against the rock. The stone melted away, forming an opening large enough for entry. Inside lay a branching hallway leading into a network of chambers. "All right, we split from here. Sakura and I will take this section. Yamato and Sai, check that passage. Naruto, search the surface above in case there are access points we can't reach from here," Kakashi directed. "What exactly are we looking for?" Sai asked. "Anything useful. If you encounter any of Orochimaru's men, do what you must. If you find Kabuto, Orochimaru, or Sasuke, signal immediately. Don't engage alone. Also, plant the high-grade explosive tags as you move. Once we're finished, nothing here will remain. Move out," Kakashi commanded. Kakashi and Sakura searched thoroughly but found little besides low-ranking grunts and useless scrolls. "This place is empty. Almost like it was abandoned," Sakura complained. "Or maybe just this part. Seems Yamato and Sai drew the short straw," Kakashi remarked. "Why send Naruto above ground? I doubt he'll find anything, Sakura questioned. The facility isn't too deep. If we're ever trapped, he could break us out from above. That's the signal, let's hurry, Kakashi ordered as they rushed toward their teammates. Meanwhile, Yamato and Sai advanced smoothly. Using Sai's ink creations, they scouted silently and disabled guards efficiently. But turning a corner, they suddenly came face to face with Orochimaru. So Konoha dogs really did follow me? Kyukuku, Orochimaru hissed. Sai go, Yamato shouted, slamming his hands into the ground. Roots burst upward, entangling the snake Sannin. Seizing the distraction, Sai sprinted deeper inside. So, one of my old experiments survived after all. Pity I have no time to play, Orochimaru sneered, dissolving into mud. Damn it, where did he slip off to? Yamato cursed. At that moment, Kakashi and Sakura arrived. What happened? Kakashi asked. Orochimaru showed up. I trapped him so Sai could move ahead, but it was only a clone, Yamato explained. Why would he retreat? Sakura asked, puzzled. Before Yamato could reply, a massive explosion echoed ahead. That's Sai, Yamato shouted as the trio raced forward. They reached a chamber blasted open to the outside, where Sai was kneeling, exhausted. Guh, you countered me, Sai muttered. Kakashi, Sakura, a voice rang out. Through the clearing smoke stood Sasuke, perched high. Two figures materialized beside him, Kabuto and Orochimaru. Kyukuku, seems your old comrades have arrived, Sasuke-kun, Orochimaru teased. All except one. Where's that blonde nuisance? Kabuto questioned. You call and I answer, a voice echoed. Across the gap, Naruto stood defiantly. So we meet again, Uchiha. Training under that snake has made you look even more pathetic. What is it with you freaks and fashion disasters? Naruto mocked with folded arms. Naruto, you still haven't given up chasing me. I told you, I won't return to that cursed village, Sasuke responded coldly. You think I'm here to drag you back? Wrong. I came here for one reason, to beat you down like the worthless mutt you are, Naruto declared. Even with your newfound strength, you're still nothing compared to Sasuke-kun, Kabuto sneered. Naruto launched a stream of flames from his palm in Sasuke's direction to silence him. The two once-allies landed on the ground below, glaring at one another with killing intent. So, what do you say, Sasuke? Shall we begin? Naruto called out. You're not worth my effort, Dobi, Sasuke replied coldly. Sasuke-kun doesn't waste his strength on trash like you. Even my weakest sound nin could match you, Orochimaru mocked with a sly grin. Naruto caught sight of a group of sound shinobi approaching to investigate. Without hesitation, he hurled a fireball that engulfed them completely, reducing them to ash. He fights me, Orochimaru, unless you want more of your pawns reduced to cinders. Perhaps I'll torch a few of your precious labs next, Naruto snarled furiously. How pitiful. You've truly fallen to the Kyuubi's influence. To think someone like you would let the fox consume them, nothing but a mindless beast, Sasuke said with disdain. Naruto extended his arm and unleashed another massive blaze, burning through another squad of sound shinobi who entered the chamber. You really believe I'd let the fox dictate my will? Ha ha ha. The Kyuubi thrives on fury and carnage, but I've harnessed it. I've cast away hesitation, cut off the chains of worthless bonds. I am finally free, reborn into the warrior I was destined to be. Naruto roared with manic conviction. Control yourself, Naruto. This mission isn't about your petty rivalry, Yamato shouted. Petty. Try being ignored your whole life, treated as if you were nothing. I carry the blood of legends, yet Konoha cursed my very existence. And then I watched as this fool, this so-called prodigy, was handed everything I longed for, mocking me with his very survival. Tell me what matters more than power. Living in the shadow of someone unworthy, someone who once saved me, only to spit in my face afterward. He has robbed me of my honor, and I will have payment in blood. Naruto ranted, his voice filled with rage. Sasuke drew his blade, expression icy. If you hadn't wasted your life chasing after me, you could have been Hokage by now. I spared you once on a whim, but this time I'll finish it. Then try, Naruto declared, dropping into a stance. Before either could move, Sakura rushed between them, arms spread wide, determination etched on her face. Stop this, you don't understand what you're doing, she screamed. Move, Sakura, get out of my way, Naruto snapped. No, I won't just stand by while you two destroy each other. We were a team once, she insisted. Sakura, step aside now, Kakashi barked. So that's it, protecting your precious Sasuke again. Don't make me laugh, I owe you nothing. The moment he shoved his fist through my chest, we stopped being teammates. Naruto shouted furiously. That's not true, Sakura pleaded. We can still fix this, things can go back to the way they were. Naruto tilted his head back, his eyes wild. He raised his hand and conjured a massive sphere of flame. It will never go back, that dream is dead. Move, or I'll burn your delusions away myself, he declared. Enough, both of you, Yamato yelled desperately. You really are like me, Naruto, Sasuke sneered. Move, girl, or you'll be crushed. Then you'll have to get through me first, Sakura said firmly. That's fine by me. We'll simply report that you chose to protect a traitor and we were forced to eliminate you, Naruto bellowed. Sakura, that's an order, stand down. You've tried, but this won't be resolved with words, Kakashi commanded. Her resolve broke at last, and she retreated back toward Kakashi, Yamato, and Sai. Now that the weaklings are gone, only the real fight remains. You won't walk away from this alive, Naruto, Sasuke said flatly. Good. The stage is set. Let's begin, Naruto replied. Sasuke suddenly blurred forward, his Sharingan spinning, blade swinging to impale Naruto. But Naruto caught his wrist mid-strike, halting the attack effortlessly. Chidori Nagashi, Sasuke roared, lightning erupting across his body. Yet Naruto didn't flinch. Not bad, but let me show you real power, Karyu no Manto. Flames cloaked Naruto's form, burning Sasuke's arm where he was held. Then Naruto countered. Karyu no Tekken. His flaming fist slammed into Sasuke's gut, making him double over. Karyu no Kaketsume. His follow-up kick sent Sasuke flying across the battlefield. Why couldn't I read his moves? Sasuke thought in shock. You're confused, aren't you? My Karyu no Manto not only shields me, it blinds your Sharingan's foresight. Your so-called eyes are useless against me. Naruto mocked as he pressed forward, fists and feet colliding with Sasuke's. Each strike seared him, while Sasuke's lightning seemed meaningless. I need distance, Sasuke leapt back high, weaving hand signs. Katen Gaokakyu no Jutsu. A massive fireball hurtled down, Naruto simply smirked, inhaling it. Wrong move. Karyu no Hoko, he roared, unleashing a colossal fire blast several times larger than Sasuke's. Sasuke barely escaped with a substitution before the explosion shook the field. I'm an Uchiha, how can his fire be greater than mine? His control is monstrous, Sasuke thought in disbelief. The look on your face is priceless. No Uchiha fire style can ever compare. I am a fire dragon slayer. Orochimaru stole the wrong power when he came after bloodlines. Naruto laughed with pride. Sasuke's fists trembled. I don't care. My vengeance is all that matters. My clan's blood cries for justice. And what gave you the right to think your vengeance outweighs mine? You had everything, and you cast it aside to serve that snake. You are nothing but another disgrace to your already pathetic clan. Once I'm done, I'll leave you barely alive, just long enough to deliver your brother's severed head to you myself. Naruto spat with venom. That's my right and mine alone, Sasuke howled, lunging forward. You have no rights, you are nothing, Karyu no Akari. A fiery whip shot from Naruto's hand, wrapping Sasuke in burning coils. AGHHH, Sasuke screamed as Naruto slammed him into the dirt, stomping on his face. This is where you've always belonged, on the ground, begging like the worthless trash you are, Naruto raved. That's enough, Orochimaru bellowed. You only call it enough because you're losing. You dragged us here to flaunt your prize, but now that he's been exposed, you're afraid, and you should be. Maybe I should kill you now. What will your little Uchiha runt do then? Naruto sneered. Do you think you can stand against me, boy? Orochimaru mocked. Naruto unsealed a disc from the tattoo on his arm, leaping onto it and soaring skyward. Red fire roared around him as his chakra spiked violently. Prepare yourself, Snake. This is justice for the Sandame, Naruto roared. What is he doing? Yamato cried. Kakashi's Sharingan whirled as he observed silently. Naruto's arms drew together, his body trembling with strain as a white flame sphere flickered into existence. Chakra surged wildly, tearing the earth, blasting debris cratering the ground. The air itself whipped into a violent storm. He's insane, he'll annihilate us all, Yamato shouted, shielding himself. Hold steady, he's still in control. Naruto doesn't show off without reason. What's your plan, Naruto? Kakashi thought grimly. This is power I'd expect from the fox, not from Naruto himself, Sai muttered. Nah, rude. Sakura whispered, frozen in disbelief. He's bluffing, Kabuto said, holding a battered Sasuke at his side. He won't unleash something that powerful here, he'd kill his allies too. Orochimaru's lips curled into a sly grin, his golden eyes gleaming with intrigue. This boy, he fascinates me endlessly. The air around them shifted as thunder rolled across the sky, and the ground quaked under the overwhelming energy Naruto was releasing. His focused expression broke into a daring smirk. If you really think you're the strongest of the Sannin, then come and prove it, Naruto bellowed. Yamato's face twisted in alarm. That's enough. If he keeps going like this, he'll turn this entire place into ashes. Kakashi's lone visible eye narrowed as he analyzed the situation. He's deliberately pushing Orochimaru into defending against him. Brilliant move. Please, Naruto, stop this, you don't need to prove anything. Sakura shouted, her tears streaming as she reached toward him. Stay back, Kakashi ordered firmly. He can handle this. We'll only get caught up in it if we don't move. Fall back now. Without hesitation, the 4 Konoha shinobi retreated to safety. Naruto's hands surged with power as he shouted, Karyu no Feinaru Furashu. An enormous wave of searing white flames burst forth, roaring across the battlefield straight toward the snake Sannin. Forbidden jutsu. Rashomon! Orochimaru slammed his palms into the ground, summoning 3 demonic gates to shield himself. The inferno collided with the first gate, reducing it to nothing in seconds. Confident at first, Orochimaru's expression shifted to horror as the flames ripped through the remaining gates with ease. Impossible, he cried, just before the firestorm engulfed him in a thunderous detonation. When the dust finally settled, Naruto stood amidst the destruction, chest heaving as he admired his work. Well, how's that taste? Orochimaru staggered, his body blackened with burns, skin peeling, and his left arm scorched completely away. A gaping wound tore through the side of his torso. You actually destroyed all 3 gates, what have you done to me? Orochimaru shrieked in fury. Naruto threw his head back, laughing wildly. Who's hungry for roasted snake? HHHA, I'll kill you for this disgrace. You and your cursed village, Orochimaru roared, his voice hoarse and ragged. Kabuto, get us out of here. With a quick sequence of hand seals, Kabuto whisked them away in a puff of smoke. Naruto dropped to the ground, exhausted, yet a victorious grin stretched across his face. I don't believe it. He drove off one of the legendary Sannin, Yamato muttered in disbelief. Kakashi adjusted his headband slightly, calm as ever. I do believe it. Naruto understood Sasuke was beatable, and he played Orochimaru's pride against him. Normally, Orochimaru would have evaded the blast, but his arrogance forced him to defend. Naruto knew exactly how to bait him. Sakura's hands trembled as thoughts swirled in her mind. I couldn't do anything to stop them. I thought I could reason with Naruto, but his desire to fight outweighed even Sasuke's. Did he really mean everything he said? Who are these 2 now, and what happened to my team? Kakashi noticed her troubled expression and spoke gently. Sakura, you need to understand, Naruto and Sasuke are no longer the same boys you once knew. They've both grown beyond their childish selves, and so have you. Don't keep clinging to the past, focus on moving forward. At a secret Akatsuki meeting, shadowy forms flickered into existence. Orochimaru recently clashed with the Kyuyubi's vessel, Pain announced. Kisame groaned. Don't tell me that slippery snake ruined our plans. White Zetsu chuckled darkly. Quite the opposite. The Jinchuriki tore through Sasuke Uchiha, then obliterated Orochimaru's Rashomon defenses, burning off his arm in one strike. Kisame smirked at Itachi. Seems your little brother's choice of teacher didn't do him much good, eh? Itachi remained stoic. So, his victory over Deidara wasn't just chance. Ha! That loudmouth blonde weakling was pathetic. I should have killed him myself. Jashin-sama would have loved the sacrifice, Hidden scoffed. Kakuzu glared. Say another word, and I'll sacrifice you to Jashin myself. I wouldn't mind that. Hidden shrugged casually, prompting an awkward silence as the others ignored him. Kasame chuckled. Seems the Kyuyubi brat might actually be entertaining before we capture him. Don't get ahead of yourself, Pain cut in. Your mission is elsewhere. Kakuzu, you had dealings in Fire Country. Yes, Kakuzu replied. A simple high-value target. After that, I'll move for the Kyuyubi kid since I'll already be nearby. Good. I want him contained before he becomes a bigger problem, Pain ordered. Kisame, Itachi, you'll head for water country and secure the Sanbai. Kisame grinned. The Sanbai, huh? Guess a trip home doesn't sound too bad. Meanwhile, in Konoha's underground, Danzo sat coldly while Sai delivered his mission report, root members carefully documenting every detail. Danzo, normally expressionless, allowed his mind to race with silent calculations. I underestimated Namikaze Naruto, Danzo finally admitted. Sarutobai's will of fire may have influenced him, but clearly he sees the world for what it truly is. Sai, your orders change, observe him, but no longer as a protected asset. When the opportunity comes, I'll approach him about joining Root. His presence could be invaluable to our future. Yes, Danzo-sama, Sai replied. How dangerous is Uchiha Sasuke now? One Root member asked. Sai answered evenly. Unless Orochimaru succeeds in taking Sasuke's body, he's little more than an annoyance. Kakashi Hatake and Itachi Uchiha are far superior in sharing and mastery. Moreover, I predict that when the time comes, Naruto himself will challenge Itachi. Could he win? Danzo pressed. Another Root operative interjected. From Sai's report, Naruto is naturally resistant to the Sharingan's illusions and fire-style attacks. Against most Uchiha, he'd be unstoppable. But Itachi is different. Likely, only a combination of Kakashi and Naruto could topple him. Danzo's eyes narrowed as he shuffled through documents. Interesting. Things are becoming complicated. With Tsunade gaining influence thanks to Naruto's presence, it's harder to manipulate her decisions. He is not the boy I expected. Tell me, if captured, what would he do? The Root shinobi answered without hesitation. He would never allow capture. His instincts in battle suggest he'd destroy himself along with his opponent before surrendering. It's not about protecting comrades, it's about pride. He'd rather die than be defeated. Danzo's lips twitched into a faint smirk. A fascinating weapon indeed. At Konoha's training ground 31, an intense spar pushed Naruto to his absolute limits. The force of his battle radiated so strongly that, miles away in T-Country, Might Guy and Rock Lee shouted about youthful flames without even knowing why. Naruto fought ferociously against 10 fire dragon-enhanced shadow clones, all while burdened by crushing weights on his limbs and seals scribed across his bare torso by the Toad Sage. Even handicapped, sweat pouring down his body, his movements were razor-sharp. He ducked a flaming punch, blocked a kick, then twisted to redirect a fireball straight into another clone, dispelling it. Kakashi, watching from the sidelines, muttered, "And here I thought only Guy was crazy enough for this kind of training. Well, him and his green-clad apprentice." Jiraiya chuckled. That's Naruto for you. His mother's endless energy mixed with his father's reckless genius. This is what you get. At his age, after a victory like he pulled off last mission, I'd have been basking in it for weeks. Not him, he only pushes harder. Exactly, Yamato added. He's constantly trying to surpass his last limit, turning every victory into a stepping stone. Another voice spoke up uneasy. He's driving himself too far. Between missions and training, all he does is break his own body. If this keeps up, he'll burn himself out. The group turned their attention toward Tsunade, who was approaching with Ino by her side, the younger Kunoichi balancing a stack of medical charts in her arms. Jiraiya groaned in annoyance. You call this him straining himself? This is nothing more than his warm-up. We're just waiting for him to finish up here, added Kakashi lazily, one hand in his pocket. Then Jiraiya-sama and I can begin the actual training we had planned for today. The timing of his statement was almost comical. 3 of Naruto's remaining clones boxed him in, forming a triangular assault pattern, before all 3 unleashed a combined Big Bang attack aimed directly at the original. The massive collision of chakra detonated in a blinding explosion, shaking the entire field and startling the onlookers. Damn it! His bloodline seal is still locked right now, shouted Jiraiya, shielding his face from the shockwave of dust and rock that erupted outward. Flames licked across the ruined ground, smoke rising like a thick veil. Kakashi-senpai! Yamato was already in motion before the older Jonin even called his name. On it! The ANBU captain responded sharply. Both shinobi whipped through a sequence of seals and drew water from the neighboring training field's reservoir, unleashing a flood to douse the flames. The hiss of steam filled the air, leaving behind a charred, waterlogged wasteland. Everyone held their breath, waiting to see if Naruto had survived the assault. A sudden tremor beneath their feet snapped them to attention. Soil and stone cracked open before them, and from the depths burst a figure cloaked in raw blue lightning. Naruto soared upward, electricity crackling violently across his frame. Bolts of chakra sparked outward, obliterating the remaining clones instantly. As he descended back to Earth, the lightning fizzled out, revealing Naruto unharmed. His eyes swept across his stunned audience. "What the hell are you gawking at?" Jiraiya jabbed a finger toward him furiously. "You never mentioned how far along you were with your lightning form. A student is supposed to report progress to his master." Naruto brushed him off with a bored expression. "It's incomplete and useless in combat for now, hardly worth mentioning." Everyone nearly face-planted. "He calls that useless." Tsunade cleared her throat. "Enough! I came here to inform you that there's going to be a meeting later tonight. We've gathered intel regarding Akatsuki movements, so I'll be reallocating several units accordingly." "Well then, training will have to wait," Jiraiya admitted with a shrug. He tilted his head at her suspiciously. "But really, you could have sent a runner for this. Why'd you personally come all the way from the hospital instead of heading back to your office?" "Because there's an informant waiting in my office that you'll want to compare notes with." Tsunade's eyes flicked briefly toward Ino, her frown deepening. "And I also need that intel scroll you were holding." Naruto narrowed his eyes at Ino. "Let me guess, you idiots raided her stash of sake again, didn't you? Don't make accusations about things you don't understand," snapped Ino defensively. Kakashi sighed inwardly. "Nope, he nailed it. When will those girls ever learn?" Naruto smirked. "Oh, I get it. Another round of Uchiha fan club drama. Bitchfest number 9, wasn't it?" Tsunade arched a brow. "Where the hell did that come from?" Ino sneered back without hesitation. "Please, this from Mr. Smash First Think Never. Only a caveman like you would assume fists solve everything. No wonder you were the Academy's dead last. Your primitive brain never caught up with your body." Ouch, Kakashi winced. Naruto growled. "That's rich coming from you." Ino's glare sharpened. "And what exactly is that supposed to mean?" Naruto leaned in close, his voice a low snarl. "You're no better than your screeching pink-haired partner in crime. Tell me, is there any way for you to talk without bursting every eardrum in a 5-mile radius? Maybe you secretly want to turn this into the village hidden in the deaf." "Ooh, brutal." Jiraiya grinned wildly. "The tension, the inspiration. This is gold for my next book. It's not my fault you're an irritating idiot who needs women like us to keep you under control." Ino fired back. "Under control? Between your banshee wails and her freak strength, it's a miracle my brain hasn't melted. Honestly, you're lucky I haven't pressed charges for assault," Naruto yelled. "Charges? Please, you'd need a brain first." Ino rolled her eyes. "You insufferable harpy," Naruto roared. "Flame-breathing ape," she mocked. "You insane woman, you drive me nuts," Naruto snapped as he stormed toward the village. "Oh no you don't, you still owe me an apology." Ino stomped after him. "Bite me, lunatic. Sorry, I don't want rabies. Quit tailing me. Apologize to Ino-sama and maybe I'll forgive you. Go straight to hell. That's a terrible way to invite a lady over. Do not push me, woman." Jiraiya couldn't contain himself. He snorted perverted laughter as he scribbled furiously in his notebook. "This is priceless." Tsunade pinched the bridge of her nose. "Those two are worse than Naruto and Sakura ever were," Kakashi smirked. "Worse, try catastrophic." Jiraiya, too caught up in his fantasies, muttered out loud, "If the brat just listened to me, he'd be dealing with all this pent-up sexual frustration properly. Between her and Tsunade's pink-haired student, he could be—" Whack! The toad sage went flying, crashing across the skyline. Kakashi let out a low whistle. "And it's gone. Home run. Nice swing, Hokage-sama," Yamato added with mock formality, gesturing a finger in the air like a baseball call. "You've started aiming those throws, haven't you?" Kakashi remarked. Tsunade smirked. "Just making sure the hot spring women get their daily entertainment." "And stay out," a chorus of women bellowed, as Jiraiya's battered body was flung over the bathhouse wall. He slammed against a stone wall, limp. Passing by, Anko tilted her head at the unconscious sage. "Wow, you got wrecked." She rolled him over, rifling through his pouch until she pulled out his wallet. "Heh, drinks and dango are on me tonight, ladies." Elsewhere, in the village library, Sakura scanned the shelves. The effects of medical drugs, power medicine and their properties. Ah, there it is. She pulled down a thick green volume, only to notice murmured voices down the aisle. Peering around the corner, she froze. Sai and Naruto? No way. There's no chance he'd willingly step foot in a library. Hey, you two, didn't expect to see you here, she greeted with surprise. Naruto glanced up from his book, his face souring. Wonderful. From one headache to another, he thought bitterly. Oh, it's you, Sakura frowned. That's the greeting I get, Sai, oblivious, smiled politely. Sakura-san. Hi, Sai, looking at art references again, she asked, sliding into the seat beside Naruto, still glaring at him. Naruto chuckled and returned to his book. This idiot's been reading garbage about friendship and relationships. I told him it was useless trash, but he insisted, Naruto muttered. I think it's good, Sakura defended. Naruto snorted. Yeah, next you'll be telling me there's a handbook on blowing up enemy bases. That's not what I meant, Sakura argued. At least Sai's making an effort to learn how to connect with people, unlike a certain grouch who refuses to change. Naruto rolled his eyes. Nonsense. The only way to learn social interaction is to actually do it. Sai tilted his head. So this is how friends behave. Trading insults and arguing nonstop. Strange form of affection. Sakura raised her chin. Maybe we could all learn from the great Naruto Baka. What are you even doing here? Coloring books. Honestly, you should try exercising your brain instead of just your fists. Naruto gave her a disgusted look. That's how you feel better about yourself, by dragging others down. You really are pitiful. Her expression softened with guilt. Hey, I was just teasing, Naruto suddenly laughed. Wow, you almost believed that bothered me. Come on, I feed on roasted puppies and children's tears for breakfast. Your insults mean nothing. But hey, if it makes you feel tough. Naruto, Sakura snapped, glaring. Quiet down, we're in a library, he grumbled. I already dealt with your loudmouth best friend earlier and I'm not in the mood for round 2. Sakura froze. Wait, Ino, she narrowed her eyes. What exactly were you doing with her? Naruto groaned, remembering the ordeal. That crazy woman followed me half the village, shrieking in my ear before I finally ditched her here. That pig. Sakura fumed internally. Excuse me, Sai interrupted politely. Could I maybe join this conversation? Trying to practice some of the things you've been reading, huh? Sakura asked with a raised brow. Naruto smirked. Let's see what kind of nonsense you've picked up. Come on, impress us. It isn't nonsense, Naruto. Thanks to those books, Sai's been learning how to connect with people better, Sakura replied sharply. The guide said nicknames are a good way to build closeness. So yes, I'm definitely improving, Sai said in a flat voice. Ugly bitch. An eerie silence fell across the area as the world seemed to freeze. The villagers stopped what they were doing, every eye snapping toward the 3 teammates, waiting for the explosion that was sure to follow. Shannaro, Sakura roared. But as she swung her fist, ready to flatten Sai, both he and Naruto had disappeared. XXXXXXXXXXXX, the two reappeared in a swirl of flames on top of the library's roof. Naruto wore a wide grin as he clapped Sai on the shoulder. If you're gonna keep using names like that, you'd better have a fast exit strategy. Still, I'll admit that was pretty damn good. Guess I underestimated those books. Ugly bitch. Oh man, wait till Mutt Breath hears this. Naruto laughed before bolting across the rooftops. Meanwhile, Sai calmly pulled out a notebook and scribbled something down. Note: some teammates appreciate nicknames, while others may attempt to kill you. Sai, you idiot! Get out here and take your beating like a man. Sakura's furious voice echoed from below. Especially when the teammate is female, Sai finished, jotting one last note. XXXXXXXXXXXX later that day, Naruto sat outside the Nara compound across from Kakashi, engaged in a game of shogi. Shikamaru and Asuma were seated beside them, also playing around. So what's the meeting about later? Asuma asked as he slid his rook forward. Shikamaru leaned back, eyes half shut as he thought about his next move while listening in. The Akatsuki are making moves, Kakashi replied as Naruto captured one of his pawns. Lady Tsunade feels it's time we act more aggressively against them. Finally, Asuma muttered. We should have cut them down before they spread this far. Not just us, every hidden village has been dragging their feet. That's exactly why people like you should be on the council. The current advisors are too stuck in their ways to act quickly, Naruto commented. In a shinobi village, status quo is dangerous. It just gets ninja killed, Shikamaru said quietly as he made his move. Amen, Asuma agreed, puffing on his cigarette. Enough politics. Naruto, watching you with lightning chakra earlier gave me an idea, Kakashi said, taking one of Naruto's pawns. Your secondary nature is lightning, Shikamaru muttered. Troublesome, Naruto tilted his head. An idea about what? Back on the Mist mission, I mentioned the Rasengan was unfinished, remember? Kakashi asked. Naruto frowned. You said my dad never finished the last step before he died. Since he's gone, it doesn't matter anymore, we're stuck with it. Not completely, Kakashi replied. I tried finishing it myself. Couldn't succeed, but I ended up creating Reikiri and Chidori out of those attempts. Naruto narrowed his eyes. So where are you going with this? Shikamaru sighed. Elemental manipulation. That's the missing piece to complete the Rasengan. Asuma's eyes widened. That's insane. The Rasengan is already lethal. Adding an element, could that even be done? The Rasengan is pure chakra form. In theory, elemental chakra can be infused into it, Kakashi reasoned. But controlling the sphere and shaping elemental chakra at the same time, that's impossible, Asuma argued. Naruto's expression shifted as the idea clicked. I don't have to do both. My chakra already produces fire naturally, I just need to use that chakra to form the Rasengan. Exactly, Kakashi nodded. Your body will handle the element. You focus on the form. Asuma still looked doubtful. Fire chakra is volatile just like wind, this won't be simple. No one said it'd be simple, only that it's possible, Kakashi countered. The power of a completed Rasengan, it would be unreal, Asuma muttered. Naruto grinned. I know a few guys who'll help me figure it out once I start. Great, more trouble incoming, Shikamaru groaned. Naruto smirked, troublesome or not, it's happening. Oi Naruto, Shikamaru, Choji called, waving at them. Sai, Sakura, and Ino stood beside him. We're heading to Yakiniku-Q before the meeting. Wanna join? Choji asked. Shikamaru eyed Sai, recognition dawning. Naruto noticed. Right, you haven't met him yet, Sai's the new member of our team. Trouble, don't even finish that thought, Shikamaru, Ino snapped. He rolled his eyes. Annoying woman. And don't think it either, Ino barked. Asuma chuckled. Go hang out with your team, it's good for you, I'll even cover your meal. I'm in, Naruto jumped up immediately. Fine, Shikamaru muttered with a yawn. XXXXXXXXXXXXX, time to eat. Choji cheered as food was served. Not yet, Ino said, holding up a hand. We haven't been introduced to Naruto and Sakura's new teammate properly. First impressions are important, nicknames should help, Sai thought. I'm Nara Shikamaru. Good to meet you, Shikamaru said lazily. Nice to meet you, Pineapple-san, Sai replied. Ino giggled while Shikamaru sighed. Naruto's influence, no doubt. I'm a Kimichi Choji, Choji greeted warmly. Big kahuna, Sai said after a pause, flashing his most genuine smile. Choji grinned. Big kahuna, huh, I like it. Now food time. Naruto gave Sai a thumbs up while Shikamaru wiped sweat from his brow. Crisis averted for now. I'm Yamanaka Ino, my family runs the flower shop. Nice to meet you, Ino said brightly. Complimenting looks is risky, maybe another trait, Sai thought. Out of the corner of his eye, he caught Naruto mouthing something. Sakura smirked inwardly, waiting for Ino's temper to explode. Sai smiled at Ino. Nice to meet you too, banshee bitch. The restaurant went silent. Even the background music seemed to vanish. Did he just? Izumo whispered at the village gate. Quiet, this is gonna be good, Kotsu hushed him. Ino's face darkened. What did you just say? Naruto lost it. He slammed his fist on the table, roaring with laughter. H-A-H-A-H-A, banshee bitch. First ugly bitch, now this. You're the bitch sisters. H-A-H-A-H-A. Tears ran down his cheeks as he howled. The three boys slowly backed away as Sakura and Ino's killing intent flared. Choji wavered, torn between survival and barbecue. Food won. Shikamaru sighed and sat back down beside him. Sai followed suit, confused but mimicking them. You'd better hope there's a hospital bed ready for you, Sakura growled. I hope there isn't, Ino added darkly. Naruto, still grinning, cut in. I wouldn't if I were you. Remember, you destroyed her sake stash earlier. Want to add wrecking the restaurant to tomorrow's training session with Tsunade? Didn't think so. Both girls instantly deflated, glaring at Naruto but backing down. See. That's why you don't mess with Namikaze Naruto. I always win in the end. H-A-H-A-H-A. Laugh while you can, jerk, both girls thought furiously. XXXXXXXXXXXX later, dozens of shinobi gathered on the Hawkage building's roof for Tsunade's debriefing. Nearly 80 ninja had been split into specialized 20-man teams, the Nijiu Shoudai, to counter the Akatsuki who had begun infiltrating Fire Country. News from the Fire Temple of a direct Akatsuki assault had been the final straw, forcing Tsunade to mobilize her forces. So this is the Nijiu Shoudai, 20 units of our most skilled shinobi. Seeing them assembled like this, it really is something else, Shizune thought to herself. That wraps up the mission briefing. Does anyone have questions? Tsunade asked, finishing her explanation. Asuma lifted his hand. Yes, Asuma, the Hawkage prompted. A former member of the Guardian 12, Kairaku, had been staying at the Fire Temple. Do we know what became of him? He asked. One of the monks answered solemnly, Kairaku-sama fell to those two criminals. Asuma's eyes widened. Even Kairaku, just how powerful are these enemies? I want everything there is to know about Akatsuki. Their goals, their members, their past actions, their bases, where they rest, what they eat, everything. If you cannot take them alive, eliminate them. They do not leave the land of fire under any circumstances. Move out, Tsunade commanded firmly. The 20 squads quickly vanished from sight, leaving the Hawkage with the remaining ninja. As for the rest of you, Tsunade began. XXXXXXXXX Kakashi, Asuma, Naruto, and Shikamaru touched down together on a nearby rooftop. You seem to have a particular approach in mind for this, Kakashi remarked. Asuma dropped the stub of his cigarette and ground it out with his heel. Yeah, I think we should begin at the Fire Temple. Good a starting point as any, Naruto said with a grin. Shikamaru sighed. I can already tell this is gonna be a pain. Oh, that much is certain, Kakashi replied casually. Asuma lingered for a moment, staring out across the rooftops. Reaching into his pocket, he pulled out his pack only to find it empty. With a grunt of annoyance, he tossed it aside. Someone's gotta do the dirty work. Naruto groaned. Come on, just go say goodbye to your girlfriend already so we can get moving. A faint blush appeared on Asuma's face as he turned away. I don't know what you're talking about, Naruto smirked. You can't hide it from my nose. Her scent is coming from that apartment a few blocks down. And Kurenai just stepped onto the balcony, Kakashi added, glancing up from his Ika novel. You're imagining things, Asuma muttered, refusing to give in. Shikamaru gave him a side glance, muttering, Such a drag. Naruto tilted his head toward Kakashi, who immediately called out, Hey Kurenai. Don't worry, we'll bring Asuma back in one piece after we're done having fun. Startled, Kurenai looked up from the laundry she was hanging and saw the silver-haired Jonin waving. Be careful out there, all of you, she called back. See you later, dear, Asuma replied, finally giving in with a wave, his face red. Naruto chuckled, a moment of respect for our brave leader. He, Kakashi, and Shikamaru made a cracking whip sound in unison. You're just jealous, Asuma grumbled as they set off toward the gate. Kakashi smirked. So tell us what's hidden beneath those wrappings, Asuma snorted. Keep dreaming. Bad idea to say that to a guy obsessed with Ika, Naruto laughed. XXXXXXXXX. After several days of travel, the team arrived at the Fire Temple. The Akatsuki's attack had left it in ruins, with monks still recovering the bodies of their fallen brethren. Kairaku-sama is the only one whose body we haven't found, one monk explained to Asuma. Akatsuki is known for collecting bounties, Kakashi stated. Exactly, Naruto said as he flipped open the bingo book. Kairaku's worth skyrocketed. There's a 30 million bounty on him now. That means they're probably already at an exchange point, Shikamaru deduced. Naruto, Kakashi began. Yeah, I know, Naruto interrupted, scanning more pages. There's one exchange nearby and 4 others within reach of our allied squads. Good, I'll notify the others, Kakashi said, already preparing a message for the carrier birds. Once that's done, we move, Asuma ordered. Naruto smirked at the monks. Better say your prayers. Before this day ends, we'll have blood on our hands. Speak for yourself, Shikamaru muttered. Within minutes, Kakashi had sent the messages. The other teams should arrive at their exchange points around the same time as us. Thank you for your help, Asuma told the monks as they prepared to leave. One elder noticed the sash hanging from Asuma's flak jacket. You were a Guardian 12 member like Kairaku. You carry a bounty as well, Saru Tobaidono. Please stay cautious. Shikamaru raised an eyebrow, clearly unaware of this detail. Asuma brushed it off with a grin. Don't worry, my head's worth 5 million more than Kairaku's. Won't be easy for anyone to take it. Naruto snickered. Only 35 million, that's pretty low for a Jonin. Kakashi sighed. Not every Jonin is a celebrity like me, and no ninja alive is as much trouble as you, Naruto. 35 million's nothing to scoff at, Asuma muttered. Shikamaru yawned. Traveling with you high bounty guys, troublesome. If I die, I'm haunting you, Naruto chuckled. That's just because you'd be too lazy to pass on properly. Yeah, you'd cling to our shadows and watch clouds for eternity, Asuma added. Shikamaru smirked. Honestly, sounds like a perfect afterlife. XXXXXXXXX. Meanwhile, Hidden and Kakuzu entered the restroom of a rundown building. Kakuzu carried Kairaku's corpse over his shoulder. At the back wall, a hidden door slid open between two urinals, revealing the bounty station. A bald man with a scar and a goatee greeted them. Right this way, Hidden scowled. Behind a urinal, are you shitting me? That's disgusting. They followed the man into a morgue-like chamber. He pulled out a stone slab for Kakuzu to lay the body on, then confirmed the sash and face. Yep, this is Kairaku. You always bring in the big catches, Kakuzu. Of course, Kakuzu replied, taking the briefcase of money. Let's get the hell out, this place stinks, Hidden complained. Kakuzu ignored him, opening the case to count the cash. Seriously? You're counting now? Hidden snapped. Obviously, I don't leave without confirming every ryo, Kakuzu retorted. Whatever, I'm waiting outside. This whole place reeks, Hidden muttered as he walked off. Kakuzu just rolled his eyes and continued counting. XXXXXXXXX, the Konoha squad moved swiftly through the trees, Kakashi leading with Naruto covering the rear. Shikamaru finally asked what had been nagging him. Asuma-sensei, what was Kairaku to you? Asuma raised an eyebrow. Why the sudden curiosity? Because you've been acting different. Usually when Kakashi's around, you let him take point, Shikamaru replied. Never noticed that, Kakashi muttered. Lazy as always. And you haven't smoked once since we left, Shikamaru added. Asuma chuckled. Nothing slips by you, huh? It's not just Akatsuki being involved, it's that they managed to kill Kairaku. That's no small feat. I can't afford distractions. You still didn't answer, Shikamaru reminded. Let's just say Kairaku and I were like you and Chouji, Asuma explained. That makes sense, Shikamaru admitted. Kakashi's voice cut in. Heads up, we're close, and it looks like we've got company. XXXXXXXXX, pleasure doing business with you, the exchanger said as Kakuzu turned to leave. Don't count on seeing us again soon. Our next target is Konoha's Jinchuriki, and our organization wants him alive, Kakuzu replied. That's unfortunate, but if I may, you should consider finding a new partner. Yours doesn't care much about profit. Frankly, he'll be bad for business. I'm aware, Kakuzu said evenly. He couldn't care less about money, but there's a reason he's still my partner. This sparked the man's curiosity. Then why exactly do you keep him around as your partner? The explanation is pretty straightforward. Every one of my past partners is dead. I don't tolerate failure. The second someone irritates me, I kill them, Kakuzu replied coldly. But this guy refuses to die. I've tried countless times, yet I can't manage to put him down. That's the only reason he's still here. The man's eyes widened in shock as Kakuzu walked out of the hideout. XXXXXXXXXX, this is total bullshit. I wasn't even in that damn dump for more than 5 minutes, and my clothes already stink like trash, Hidden complained bitterly. Damn it! He heard footsteps and assumed it was his partner approaching. Took you long enough? His rant stopped short when he realized it wasn't Kakuzu, but Naruto, cloaked in blazing fire, rushing straight toward him. The silver-haired Akatsuki immediately yanked the cable hidden in his sleeve, whipping out his triple-bladed scythe. With a cocky grin, he flung it at the incoming Naruto, watching it sink into his chest before yanking the weapon back, slamming Naruto against the wall. Pathetic, Hidden began to gloat, only for his grin to falter when the impaled Naruto smirked and burst into smoke. A clone. In the corner of his eye, Hidden spotted Kakashi and Asuma sprinting in from the flank. He tried to move but found his body frozen stiff. It's over, declared Shikamaru, perched on a rooftop, holding him in place with his shadow technique. Asuma dashed in, slicing into Hidden's jugular and thigh with his trench knives, while Kakashi ripped across his chest with a massive shuriken. "One down," Asuma said with satisfaction as he leapt back with Kakashi to assess the damage. To their shock, Hidden didn't collapse. Instead, he erupted into profanity. "What the hell? I'm just standing out here and you bastards pull this crap. This hurts like hell, assholes," he roared. "I definitely struck his vital points," Asuma muttered, confused. "And I pierced his heart," Kakashi added, equally puzzled. "Look at this mess you've made of my body, this is damn ridiculous," Hidden cursed. "He's not going down, his body is immune somehow," Kakashi said, activating his Sharingan to analyze. "Finally figured it out, huh?" Hidden sneered. "So, who the hell are you losers anyway?" As his gaze sharpened, he recognized them. "Damn it, high bounty shinobi, great. Now I'll have to drag myself back to that stinking bounty station. Thanks a lot, assholes." "He's got quite the foul mouth," Kakashi commented dryly. "The second one should have made his move by now," Asuma said warily. "With this guy out in the open, we thought we'd only have to deal with one Akatsuki before the other." "You picked the wrong target, idiots," Hidden mocked. As if on cue, the building roof shattered and Kakuzu dropped down, fist cocked back as he charged Shikamaru. Naruto intercepted, his own fist blazing with fire blocking Kakuzu's strike. Shikamaru immediately retreated, cutting off his shadow bind on Hidden. With the technique broken, Kakashi and Asuma regrouped beside Naruto and Shikamaru. Kakuzu ignored Naruto, shifting to stand beside his partner. "Well, looks like you stumbled onto some real cash, Hidden," Kakuzu remarked casually. "The copy ninja Kakashi and one of the 12 guardian shinobi," Hidden scoffed. "Whatever, stay out of my way. These bastards will be my sacrifice to Jashin-sama. You can collect the bounties after." He started carving a ritual circle in the dirt using the blood spilled earlier. "Do whatever you like," Kakuzu muttered. "But don't get careless or this time you might really die." Hidden rolled his eyes. "Don't talk nonsense. I want them to try and kill me, but it's impossible and you know it." "If it's one-on-one, that's my specialty," Naruto declared. "Just make sure Big and Ugly plays fair." Kakashi immediately shut that down. "No, we can't fight him individually. Too risky without proper intel. Normal methods don't work, we'll proceed cautiously." "Asuma, Shikamaru hangs back while we three fight the immortal. Naruto, leave some clones to cover Shikamaru. Shikamaru, focus on restraining him when the chance comes. Kakashi, once he's caught, I want you to prep your Kamui. That might be our best shot." "Understood," they all agreed. "Let's start strong," Kakashi suggested. "Do you even need to ask?" Naruto shot back. The three unleashed a coordinated assault. Karyu no Hoko, Roar of the Fire Dragon, Futen Daitapa, Wind Style. Great Breakthrough, Katen Gakikyu no Jutsu, Fireball Jutsu. The three techniques fused into a massive torrent of flame roaring toward Hidden. "Well, that's something," Kakuzu muttered, impressed. Hidden cursed, flinging his scythe into a wall and letting the wire yank him to safety. Asuma immediately launched Shuriken, forcing Hidden to counter with the Fuima Shuriken he'd pulled out of his body earlier. Expanding it, he hurled it back, but Asuma sliced it apart with his knives. Naruto lunged next, trading blows with Hidden, blocked elbow, simultaneous kicks, both sent skidding back. Kakashi burst from underground, but Hidden's scythe nearly clipped him before Asuma intercepted. Naruto's fireball forced Hidden back into Kakashi's and a clone's fists, sending him flying. Even wounded, Hidden retrieved his scythe, the blade grazing his arm. "You're done," Hidden sneered as he dashed back toward his ritual circle. He licked the scythe's blade, and his appearance warped into a skeletal, reaper-like form. "Idiot," Naruto muttered, noticing the retreat. He blasted the circle's spot with fire, Dragon Bomb, but instead of Hidden's screams, Asuma's cry rang out. "Asuma," the others turned to find him scorched along his face and arm. "It burns, doesn't it?" Hidden mocked. "Now you'll taste real suffering." "He ran through my attack, but Asuma took the burns instead," Naruto thought in shock. "This bastard's jutsu," Kakashi realized grimly. "What's going on?" Naruto growled. "You're cursed now," Hidden declared with glee. "Time for the ritual, feel the agony." "Hidden, don't kill the blonde." "He's the Nine-Tails vessel," Kakuzu warned. "Damn it, fine, I'll just torture him instead, but stay out of this," Hidden snapped. Kakuzu shrugged. Do what you want, as long as we get the bounties. Asuma's injury came from my attack. This is insane, Naruto thought, frustrated. Don't tell me this is his ability now that he's transformed, Shikamaru muttered. You good? Kakashi asked, moving to Asuma. They're just surface wounds. I can keep going, Asuma replied, grimacing. But this is the least of our problems. I don't care what trick you're pulling, I'm not backing down, Naruto roared, charging Hidden. Oh yeah, Hidden pulled a spear from his cloak, extended it, and stabbed himself in the leg. Asuma instantly collapsed, clutching his leg. Damn it! Asuma gritted his teeth. He linked his body to Asuma's, Shikamaru shouted. He's like a living curse doll. Naruto, stop, Kakashi ordered firmly, halting him. Hidden laughed maniacally. That one must have hurt like hell, but this is only the beginning. The real fun comes when I stab the vital spots. I can't wait to savor it. Shikamaru, hold him again, Kakashi barked. On it, Shikamaru replied, preparing his shadow. Hidden leveled his spear at his own chest, ready to plunge it through himself, but his non-stop boasting ended up costing him. You should be honored. A useless piece of trash like you being offered as the next tribute to Lord Jashin, he shouted with manic laughter. Now die, bastard. Not happening. Shikamaru roared as his shadow bound itself to Hidden's once again. Shit, Hidden cursed, realizing his body had frozen. His limbs copied Shikamaru's movements as the Nara casually shifted to the left, dragging Hidden outside the marked circle. Finally, he cracked it. Asuma muttered, slowly pushing himself back up. We just need to keep him away from that symbol. That's the anchor for his technique when he's got his opponent's blood. Shikamaru explained calmly. Asuma frowned. All this from just that tiny cut? Exactly. That weapon of his is made to draw blood. Once he's got it and completes his ritual, you're basically finished. But it only works if he remains inside his little design. That's why he kept gravitating back to it no matter what, Shikamaru added. Kakuzu raised an eyebrow. And you figured all of that out this quick. The strategist did his part, now it's mine, Naruto shouted, rushing forward cloaked in fire. Dragon Horn! With a blazing clothesline, Naruto smashed into Hidden, knocking him away from the circle. A clone awaited, springing forward with a spinning double kick that launched the zealot into the sky. Fuck, Hidden cursed as he realized he was airborne, straight into another Naruto clone. Dragon Buster! The clone hammered him down with a vicious double-axe strike. Kakuzu gave a low whistle. He's tough in close combat. That brat isn't half bad either. Hidden was buried at the bottom of a crater, his body flat against the earth, neck twisted in the wrong direction. That actually feels better. Been needing a neck pop for a while, he mumbled. I just snapped his neck. What the hell is this? Naruto shouted angrily. Hidden sat back up, casually realigning his head. That's all you've got? Pathetic. Naruto's fury boiled over. You sick freak, I'll rip that head clean off. Let's see you fix that bastard. Someone should calm him down, Shikamaru muttered. Kakashi shook his head. He's not truly mad yet, you'll know when he is. Asuma sighed. Feels like we're watching an unstoppable force collide with an unmovable wall. Bones cracked loudly as Hidden stood, his body straightening unnaturally. Close range again, I'll keep him away, he thought, flinging his scythe at Naruto. To his shock, Naruto stopped mid-charge, snatching the weapon out of the air and locking it in a tug-of-war. Let go, Hidden snarled. Not a chance, Naruto barked. Hidden yanked hard, launching himself toward the blonde. He smashed Naruto in the chest with a flying kick. Keep your hands off my damn weapon. Hidden grumbled, then blinked when Naruto's body puffed away into smoke. Shit! He hissed as two clones rushed him from both sides. Double Dragon Horn! Twin lariats slammed into Hidden's neck, tearing his head clean off. It tumbled to the ground several feet away. And that settles it, Shikamaru said dryly. Asuma winced. That was brutal, Kakashi added, and I'm pretty sure he just made that technique name up. I'll mount his head on my wall, Naruto declared. Like hell you will, shouted Hidden's severed head. The four-leaf shinobi all thought the same thing. What the actual hell? Kakuzu, don't just stand there. Get my body, damn it. I said my body. Hidden screamed as Kakuzu lazily lifted the head by the hair. Your head is lighter, Kakuzu replied flatly. At least carry it properly. Don't drag me, asshole, it hurts. Hidden whined. Kakuzu rolled his eyes. You just got decapitated and you're worried about hair pain? Shut up. You don't even know the pain in my neck right now, Hidden barked. That wasn't a clean cut either, Naruto clenched his fists. You've got to be kidding me. You bastard, cutting my head off like that, do you know how much this hurts? Idiot, Hidden raged. Asuma, Naruto did cut off his head, right? Yep, Kakashi confirmed, and he's still alive. Yep. Okay, just checking. Asuma muttered. Shikamaru's eyes narrowed. This is getting worse. The other one's not going to stay quiet now. And he's likely the stronger one, Asuma added grimly. How far's backup? Half an hour if that, no clue if they're bringing a medic. Kakashi replied. Told you, Shika, Asuma chuckled bitterly. Troublesome just got real. Not hopeless, though, Shikamaru said firmly. Immortal or not, without his body he can't fight. That means we only need to deal with the other guy. You wish, Kakuzu muttered, crouching by Hidden's body. There's no time to waste on weaklings, Naruto roared, firing a dragon bomb toward Kakuzu. That's what happens when you turn your back on Konoha's inferno. You never know when the last flame will burn you down. But as the smoke cleared, both Akatsuki stood unharmed. To their horror, Kakuzu was sewing Hidden's head back to his body with black threads writhing from his arms. You've got to be kidding me, Asuma groaned. Much better. Hidden sighed, rotating his neck. Don't move it too much or it'll fall off again. Kakuzu warned. Kakashi stared. He just reattached his head. Shikamaru muttered. What kind of monsters are we dealing with? Kakuzu growled. I can't believe I'm stuck with you. You take forever, your damn speeches, your long rituals, you're the slowest shinobi alive. Whatever. Hidden rolled his eyes. The Nine-Tails brat is mine. I've got unfinished business. Fine. I'll collect the 2 bounties and take care of Shadow Boy. Don't kill the vessel. Kakuzu reminded him. I know, damn it. Hidden snapped. Naruto's rage flared hotter. I don't care if you're immortal. I'll erase you both from existence. He unleashed a massive Big Bang fireball straight at them. Take cover, Kakashi yelled, diving aside with Shikamaru and Asuma. Naruto laughed wildly as the explosion engulfed them, until the smoke revealed the 2 Akatsuki wrapped unharmed in a cocoon of black threads, which then retracted into a grotesque mask at Kakuzu's feet. You'll have to try harder, dumbass, Hidden mocked. You're nearly as irritating as him. Kakuzu remarked blandly. Fuck you, Hidden snapped back. The skeleton's mine, Naruto snarled, flames raging around him. Asuma, stay close to Naruto. Backup should be here any second. Kakashi ordered. Shikamaru sighed. This is bad. He followed the fight between Naruto and Hidden while the thread mask slithered after them. So what's the deal with those threads? Asuma asked. They move and they're infused with chakra. Kakashi answered grimly. Yeah, real helpful eye you've got there, Asuma muttered. Just a chakra drain, really. Kakashi deadpanned. Let's finish this quick. I want those bounties before the exchange closes. Hidden declared. Asuma extended the chakra reach of his trench knives while Kakashi activated Rakiri in both hands. They rushed Kakuzu, who countered by launching his thread-extended arms forward. A hidden Kakashi clone grabbed his legs from below, but Kakuzu barely flinched, stretching his forearms out with the threads. The Jonin deflected the strikes and cut through the strings, but Kakuzu spread them wider, trying to ensnare the pair. Asuma sliced through with his knives, opening a path for Kakashi, who drove both Raikuris straight into Kakuzu's chest. Shock flickered across the Akatsuki's face before Kakashi pulled back. Figures, 2 zombies working together. Kakashi muttered as the massive wound sealed shut with threads once again. Shikamaru didn't know what to think of the fight unfolding before him. There was no strategy, no careful planning, just raw brutality. Naruto wasn't aiming for precision. He was simply dishing out as much punishment as possible, determined to find where Hidden would finally crack. Hidden, twisted as ever, seemed content to endure every bit of damage with a grin, relishing the pain while waiting for Naruto to burn out. The clash began with a savage taijutsu brawl, Naruto throwing away any pretense of defense, unleashing devastating strikes one after another. Hidden answered in kind whenever he saw an opening, eventually landing a vicious uppercut that snapped Naruto's head back and drew blood. Shikamaru had no choice but to step in, burning up the last of his chakra to trap Hidden with his shadow technique. He lacked the strength to drag the zealot from the ritual circle, but he did manage to strip Hidden of his spear and scythe before the jutsu slipped away. Just when it seemed Naruto had the upper hand, Hidden revealed a hidden retractable spear tucked inside his cloak and drove it into his own body, through his knee and shoulder, hoping to cripple Naruto with unbearable pain. But the blonde was far too enraged to care, powering through the agony to slam his fist into Hidden's stomach, followed by a brutal headbutt that left both men staggering. Naruto was the first to recover, tearing Hidden's weapon away and stumbling back, finally deciding to fight with his brain rather than just his fists. He summoned his flames, fire that could burn Hidden but not himself thanks to his immunity. The cultist only laughed, welcoming the inferno as Naruto unleashed it without restraint. "H-A-A-A!" Naruto roared, hurling flame after flame, refusing to stop. Hidden stood in the sea of fire, cackling wildly as his body charred. "That's the spirit, bastard. Don't you dare quit." Hidden taunted through the blaze. Naruto leapt into the air, hands raised as he forged a massive blazing sphere above his head. "Just die already," he bellowed, slamming the colossal fireball down onto his enemy, detonating in a massive explosion. "Holy shit!" Shikamaru muttered as he felt the scorching wave of heat wash over him, nearly knocking him flat on his back. "That should finish you," Naruto smirked. But his expression collapsed the moment the smoke cleared, revealing Hidden torn into multiple chunks, yet still alive. "That all you got?" Hidden sneered. Black threads wriggled into view, Kakuzu's mask already stitching the zealot back together. Naruto shook with fury. "What kind of sick joke is this? I'll shred you so badly that even those damn threads won't fix you." Naruto screamed as he charged in, flames bursting around him. "He's losing it again, fighting sloppy," Shikamaru muttered, cursing under his breath. "Damn it, I need chakra. If I could restrain him until he calmed down, we'd have a chance." XXXXXXXXXXXXX Asuma appeared behind Kakashi, slicing through the mass of threads lunging at the copy ninja. Both were already battered, forced to deal with Kakuzu's endless tendrils stabbing from every angle. "You sure you hit something vital earlier?" Asuma asked grimly. Kakashi shook his head. "No, I thought I had him, but his organs shifted. All I pierced were those black tendrils." "Figures, two monsters of the same breed," Asuma muttered. Kakashi frowned, narrowly avoiding another set of threads. "Unlike Hidden, he's not just soaking up punishment. He has real weak points. It's just buried under these damn cords. And any long-range jutsu just gets swallowed into his body like nothing." XXXXXXXXXXXXX Far away in Aimgakure, atop a looming tower, an orange-haired figure sat in silence, his Akatsuki cloak fluttering. "It's ready," Itachi reported as he appeared beside him. "Good, I'll summon the others," the man replied. XXXXXXXXXXXXX Hidden Kakuzu returned to base immediately. "We're in the middle of something," Hidden snapped back. "The standby is ready to be sealed. Since we're doing this out of order, it takes priority over your current fight." "But we've got," Hidden began before Kakuzu cut him short. "We've seen enough. Whether we return now or later won't matter." "Fine, damn it," Hidden groaned, snatching up his scythe. "We'll finish this later, be ready," Kakuzu warned. "Running away like the cowards you are." "I'll kill you both," Naruto shouted, consumed by rage. "We have bigger concerns than you," Kakuzu retorted. "See ya, losers." Hidden cackled as both vanished. Just as they left, long-awaited reinforcements arrived. Choji rushed to help Shikamaru, handing him a soldier pill, while Ino moved quickly to treat Asuma and Kakashi's wounds. "Bastards," Naruto growled, stumbling back toward his comrades before collapsing to his knees, coughing blood. "Unbelievable." The blonde dropped onto his back, gasping for air. With the adrenaline fading, his wounds caught up to him, his healing alone barely holding him together. Ino quickly finished with Asuma's leg before rushing to Naruto. She frowned as she scanned his condition. "What the hell happened to all of you?" "It was like fighting an immortal," Shikamaru wheezed. "The troublesome freak just wouldn't stay down," Asuma sighed, lighting a cigarette. "They're powerful, sure, but not unstoppable. Any of those attacks should have taken down even the strongest foes I know. This wasn't about skill or raw strength, it was madness." Kakashi's tone was grim. "Then the question is, how do you kill someone who can't be killed? We'd better figure it out fast."